Welcome back to the Big Barn in Seattle. Along with Wally Walker, I'm Kevin Calabro. The Sonics and the Denver Nuggets finally get it on in Game 1 of this first-round playoff series between these two teams, and what a great rivalry they have enjoyed. The Denver Nuggets, as we mentioned, a young ball club. Only two of their players, Pack and Reggie Williams, part of playoff squads before, not with Denver. The last time the Denver Nuggets were in the playoffs, 87-88. They won 54 that year, and they defeated the Seattle, actually 89-90 the last time they were in the playoffs. The last time these two teams met though in playoff situations, 87-88, when they beat Seattle 3-2 in the best-of-5 series. And of course, the coach at that time, Bernie Bickerstaff of Seattle, he is now the president and general manager of the Denver Nuggets. Well, let's take a look at the Sonic fortunes outside of the lines, if we can. You take a look at this summer's draft, and it becomes evident that the Sonics have a real shot at getting a contributor. The Dallas Mavericks have 250 chances out of 1,000 ping pong balls weighted toward the worst teams of getting that #1 pick. You look at Philadelphia, 66 chances out of 1,000 of getting the pick, the first one of the top 3 picks that are considered lottery picks. Charlotte has a 5 in 1,000 chance, or 1 out of 200 chances of getting one of the top 3 lottery picks. Keep in mind, the Sonics would get the lowest of the 2 picks. So obviously, Wally, you've got to have a long shot fall in not once but twice. Philly and Charlotte to fall into those 2-3 spots, or 1-2, whatever occurs, but definitely both getting in the top 3 in order to get the cream of the crop. But with guys like Danielle Marshall coming out, Cliff Rozier, Jalen Rose, obviously Juwan Howard coming to Michigan, the underclassmen, suddenly the field broadens a little bit, and your chances of getting a good pick are quite good.
Well, the underclassmen have made a much deeper draft. Glenn Robinson's called a press conference for Monday. I don't think that's to say he's going to stay at Purdue. So at pick number 11, and odds are that will be the pick for the Sonics. They'll have a chance to get a solid contributing player. May
22nd is the date you want to jot down. That is the day the NBA will conduct their lottery, and it's that day then that we will know the official order of selection for the upcoming draft in late June. All right, we come to business at hand now in Game 1. Dan Issel, of course, a new coach in his first year with this basketball team. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, second year for Dan Issel, but of course his first outing in the NBA as a coach in the playoffs. Rauf at the point guard, joined by Bryant Stith at the 2. Dikembe Mutombo in the middle, flanked by Reggie Williams and LaPhonso Ellis. Again, the starting lineup: Rauf, Stith, Mutombo, Ellis, and Williams. Gene Littles and Mike Evans on the bench with the horse, Dan Issel, the coach of the Denver Nuggets. Denver goes 42-40 during the year, 14-27 on the road, and the 8th best team in the Western Conference, 4th in the Midwest Division. And now, standing room only crowd, all on their feet. An ovation for the Supersonics, Pacific Division champions and possessors of the best record in the NBA at 63-19, 37-4 at home, the best home mark in the NBA this year. George Karl has done an outstanding job with this ball club, Wally, dating back, of course, to the 91-92 season when he took over from K.C. Jones, club at 18-18. They won 27 of the next 42 ball games, and of course upset Golden State in the first round of the playoff series that year. And from that point on, maybe Game 3, when the Sonics won that game, went up 2 games to 1. This thing has kind of snowballed to the point we've reached today.
Well, George and his staff have done a terrific job. They have a talented and deep team. They've done a great job of distributing minutes to get the most out of the ball club and keep everybody happy. That's a credit to the players. They've made a commitment to winning, and they haven't gotten too wrapped up in egos, playing time, shots that befall most teams in this league.
The point guard of the Sonics is Gary Payton, 6'4" and 190, an all-star in his 4th year from Oregon State, averaging 16.5 a game, 6 assists, number 7 of the league in steals at 2.29. Kendall Gill at the other guard spot. He is 6'5" and 200 from Illinois in his 4th year. 14 points, 3 boards, 3 assists a game, and number 14 in the NBA in steals. Michael Cage, the man in the middle, took over shortly after the All-Star break in Orlando and has started ever since then. And it's been a great equation bringing Sam Perkins off the bench with firepower. Cage is joined on the front line by Detlef Schrempf, the newcomer in his 9th year, coming over from the Indiana Pacers in a straight-up deal for Derek McKee. He's been outstanding, averaging 15 points and 6 rebounds. And, of course, there is the Rain Man at 6'10 and 255, now in his 5th year, and he is very quickly going into his own universe, his own realm, if you will. There are only a few select players playing at the level that Shawn Kemp reached in the second half of the season. 18 points, nearly 11 rebounds a game, 2 blocks, and just shy of 2 steals per contest. He can flat do it all.
He's expanded his game in a lot of ways we didn't expect, particularly the jump shot from the corners. Extended his range and hit that shot consistently, which really sets up his inside offensive game.
Well, the crowd is jacked up. They are juiced. This game, of course, getting started later than we had anticipated, a 7:30 start, and it is now 10 to 8 o'clock here in Seattle, Washington, wherever you are with us here in the Northwest. Glad you could join us. No, we're not on Mountain Time. We're not in Denver yet. The Game 3, and there will be a Game 3, will be played on Monday in Denver. And, of course, Game 4, if need be, will be played on Thursday night from McNichols Arena as well. The officials here tonight are Huey Hollins, Ed T. Rush, and Greg the Rat Willard. Scores tonight in the NBA: Pacers 89, Orlando 88. Now, many people were saying that Indiana would take Orlando in the first round of the playoff series. You got to believe that shocked. That got some people riled up down in Orlando, namely number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. He had to be a little salty in preparation for that game, but apparently he did not get off. 89-88 Pacers beat Orlando, and Miami stops Atlanta in Atlanta, 93-88. So the visiting teams prevail so far tonight in the first round of the playoffs. Utah at San Antonio, the only other game going in the NBA in playoff action. We're set to play as Hugh Hollins now will step in between Kemp and Mutombo.
My job of providing color, I need to point out the Sonics are wearing the black shoes.
Beautiful black shoes. That'll get them jazzed up. They wore the black shoes. I remember that Golden State series. Down low, it's Mutombo double. Outside of Reggie Williams, head of the key. Williams played the playoffs with San Antonio in the 89-90 season. Here's Rauf to start this game with a three-pointer near side. He rings the bell. It's a 3-0 Denver lead.
Not only is he one of the best shooters in the NBA, he has one of the quickest releases. Very difficult to get to that shot.
Left sideline, Payton dumps it mid-block to Schrempf. He'll back down on Reggie Williams. Turns in the lane, double team, hook pass over to Kemp, 15-footer. He got it. And the Sonics are on the board for the first time. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Great look by Detlef. A big fella came in to challenge him. He has the big size advantage. Detlef does on Reggie Williams, but with a double team, he identified the open player.
Reggie spins a dribble outside, left of the key, covered by Schrempf. Down low, interior pass. Ellis raises, hook shot over Kemp, won't go. Mutombo on the rebound, slapped away by Michael Cage for the steal. Up ahead it comes to Gill, slants into the lane. Double team, pumps it on the run to Schrempf. Right-hand side of the key. Swings it across the arc over to Cage. Down low to Kemp. Drop step spin. Left side on Ellis. Hooks it low to Cage. 10 on the shot clock. Michael free throw line left. Swings it on the near angle. Here to Schrempf. Up fakes. Leaves by Williams. Drops it low to Cage. Rolls to the hole. Pity pats the ball. Couldn't handle it. Lost it out of bounds. It'll be Denver ball.
You can already see the influence of Mutombo. Michael Cage catching the ball 6 feet from the basket. Doesn't even look at the basket, but takes it right back outside.
3-2 the score. Here's Ellis. Outside high. Left wing. Cross court to Stith over to Williams. A three. Got it. Reggie Williams hits a three. And the Denver Nuggets lead at 6-2.
The Nuggets don't have slashers or ball handlers. The way they try to beat the Sonic trapping is by spotting up those open Jays.
Payton turns off a Kemp. Cage pick. Head of the key. Gets inside the key for 15. Missed the shot. Rebound to Mutombo. The ball is held by Schrempf, and we've got a jump ball.
See a pick and roll. Gary Payton coming up wide open. You don't often get that open with a half-court offense from the free throw line. Gary just leaves a little short.
6-2 to score. Nuggets by 4. 10-17 to go first quarter. Here's a badly thrown ball by Hugh Hollins into the air. Schrempf deflects the ball as he's coming down, and out of bounds it goes. It'll be Denver basketball. 6-2, Nuggets leading. Williams and Rauf with early trays. to stake the Nuggets to the lead. 10:09 to go first quarter. Williams pulled a court left, picked up chest to chest by Detlef. Williams slants in, double team, dishes outside. Raouf, quick release, he bombs in another one. A two-pointer standing on the line. Raouf, a 46%er from the field, but has fired in 42 threes this year. 8-2 to count. 6-point Denver lead. Kemp inside, turns, booked by Ellis, and a foul. Called on LaPhonso Ellis, his first. It'll be a non-shooting foul.
Shawn Kemp is taller and quicker than LaPhonso Ellis. He'd have a big advantage in the low post until number 55, Mutombo, comes over to help. Shawn will have to read that.
Sonics swing it inbounds. Cage hands off to Gary Payton. Near sideline. Looks low for Kemp. Faces up on Ellis. Drives to the baseline. Scoots right by him. Trying to reverse scoop shot. That is blocked, but he walks on the line. A whistle. He was on the line as he tried to tightrope the baseline. 8-2 the score. Here's the ball batted in backcourt, but Williams will get it across midcourt, turns the corner, double team. Hacking away out at Payton. Williams gets rid of it, Raouf for three. Slings it up, missed it. Rebound, grab by Detlef Schrempf. Outlet pass to Payton, he wants to run. 2-on-1, Raouf ahead, it comes to Kemp, he'll grab it and lay it in. One man back, it was Raouf, and Payton lobbed it up way above his head. Kemp there secured it and laid it in. 8-4 the score.
Sonic pressure is much more effective against the Nuggets when you get them putting the ball on the floor. They're just not that good ball handling.
Williams pulls the string at a 15-footer. He missed it. Came up short. Gill the rebound. Peels out across midcourt. Drifts out on the wing. Gets a cage pick. Gets the trailer. Kemp up into the alley. He comes. He'll challenge Mutombo. Mutombo says no. Driving the boulevard of broken dreams. Mutombo with a block. And Stith pulling up with a jumper from 20. On the other end. It won't go. Cage clears the rebound to Kemp. Kemp down the flank, puts a dribble between the wickets, up to Cage, trailing. A left-hander will pop it in. 18 feet straight away from San Diego State. He dropped it.
Michael's been shooting the ball well lately. He'll need to get some time in this series. Mutombo does not want to leave that green painted area.
8-6 the score, 8:28 to go, first quarter play. Raouf right side, covered by Payton. Skips to Dallas, turns, double team. Out it comes to the point to Williams. Intercepted by Payton to the foot, race with Williams to the glass. Up with the left hand, blocked by Williams. He tumbles into the end zone. Payton stays on the floor, grabs the rebound, and lays it in.
I can't believe no one else came back on defense for the Nuggets that time.
8-8 to score, 8:06 to go in the first quarter. In low, Raouf to Mutombo, turns, shot step to the glass, missed the jam. Karam's right to Williams, open pop, no. High rebound, grabbed by Detlef, pushed off together. Loose ball foul called on the Sonics, Detlef Schrempf.
Loose ball foul number 11.
Long shots mean long rebounds. Nuggets have been content to fire the jump shot. Sonics have good position. Michael Cage doing a good job inside. But Detlef on the long rebound tries to take a little advantage.
8-8 to score, 7:55 to go, first quarter play. Reggie Williams outside the three-point perimeter, covered again by Schrempf. Inside Cage fronting Mutombo. They're in a war on the high post. Raouf will take it, slants into the lane. Swings up a running right-hander, set off balance by Gill. No autopsy, no foul. Rebound grabbed by Detlef. Up to Gary, slashes into the lane. Scoops the drive over there. Nice play.
Gary Payton, the last two times, has gotten the Sonics in transition, coming out of outstanding perimeter defense. That's the Sonics game. That's how they have to attack this Denver Nugget club.
6-0 Sonic run. Sonics by a deuce. 7:20 to go first quarter. Raouf near wing. Abdul-Rauf skips it over to Stith. It is stripped away by Kemp on the open floor. What a play by the big man. Comes to Payton. 3-on-2. Ahead to Gill into the lane. Flips it up on a reverse runner, but held by Williams and a foul. His shot came up short. He will go to the line, and the crowd on their feet, they are jazzed. 7:08 to go in the first, and the crowd already going bananas.
Mutombo's not a defensive factor when you're still in the basketball on the perimeter. He just can't get back in time. He'll try because he has a big heart and he'll hustle. But the Sonics have a huge advantage when they can get it out in transition.
The foul on Williams sends Gill to the line. He short arms the first free throw. He's a 78% free throw shooter. The Sonics lead the Nuggets 10-8. 7:08 to go first quarter. Wally Walker, Kevin Calabro at the big barn. Scott Ellsworth, our statistician. Our producers, Rick Turner. Our on-site engineer is Lloyd Glazer. Terry Reed back at our flagship station, KJR. Gill hits his second free throw. Here come the Nuggets with it. Ellis skips it over to Williams. Lob pass ball to Mutombo. Up fake. Leans back, and there is Kemp. Hovering above him to slash it away, but a foul. Called on the Rain Man. It is the first foul on Kemp. 6:56 left first quarter. Timeout on the floor of the score. Sonics 11, Nuggets 8 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Well, the Sonics would like to thank their corporate partners, the Seattle Times and Northwest Dodge, for providing tonight's Sonics go-karts that most of you received on your way to the game. Remember, the Sonics and the Seattle Times are bringing you a collector's series of Sonics posters, and next Tuesday, it's Ricky Pierce. So get your Sonics posters only in the Seattle Times. Well, it's halftime for tonight's Lucky Seat Prize winner. Let's look at the scoreboard now and see if you're sitting in that lucky seat. And it's section 7C, row 4, seat 6. Now let's see who you'll win a prize from. It's the Washington State Lottery. Congratulations, you've just won 25 scratch game tickets from the Washington State Lottery. The prize will be delivered to your seat.
Sonics a moment ago were able to slash a ball free. It was Kemp out on the open floor, ripping it away from Williams for the break.
The Sonics are showing the great hands. They're also moving their feet extremely well. And that's how you get in position to make those steals, by getting your feet over in front of the other player. What's amazing, that steal by Gary Payton going back, playoff basketball. Reggie Williams does a great job hustling back to block the first shot and gets no help from his teammates. Good example of no freebies in the playoffs, but you expect to see 2 or 3 other guys back there helping him.
5 of 8 of the Sonics shooting 63%. The Nuggets 3 of 11 after hitting 2 of the first 3. Both threes by Rauf and Williams. They've gone cold. Sonics have outboarded Denver 6-3. Mutombo to the line, hits his first. Second one airborne, he got it. The foul was on Shawn Kemp, his first. Schrempf has 1. 11-10 to score, 6:53 first quarter play. They try to trap Payton in the backcourt, swings it ahead to Gill, over to Detlef. Skip pass to Kemp, nice pass, leaves it off the cage to the glass arc to Highland, but Mutombo won't go. Kemp with the rebound, spins in, back to the basket, scoops it up, misses it. Cage after the rebound, ripped away by teammate Gill into the lane. Little sidearm scoop, fell short, but he's fouled. And he will go to the line. And the foul is on Dikembe Mutombo. The first foul on Mutombo.
Well, a place you can make Mutombo pay for helping is on the offensive rebounds, because if he goes to help, man, he's going to be able to slip inside. That time, he obviously is not guarding Kendall Gill. Kendall does a great job of getting the board and then creating the contact and making Mutombo go side to side instead of straight up.
In case you had not heard, Miami defeated Atlanta tonight down in Atlanta, GA, 93-88. Danny Manning only had 1 field goal attempt in the fourth quarter and set the bench for the last 2 minutes of that game. Also tonight, Indiana wins at Orlando 89-88, and San Antonio has the early lead, 48-36 down in San Antonio. That's in the second period of play. Kendall Gill hits a couple of free throws to put the Sonics up 3, 13-10. Tommy Hammonds out of Georgia Tech in the lineup now handles it across midcourt. Tentatively, cautiously, stripped out of his hands, got it back, sends it to Stith. He will run into the lane, set off balance on the scoop attempt. Ends up wriggling between defenders, but couldn't finish it. He lost it out of bounds. It'll be Sonic ball. 13-10 the score. Seattle will bring it up. Give and go. Schrempf with it high on the left side. Takes the hand off to Payton. Drives inside. Off balance. Schrempf with the right hand. Nothing but net.
Excellent 2-man basketball. Detlef faking a pass to Gary that opened a lane for him down the middle. He shot a lovely shovel shot over number 55.
15-10. 6:02 to go. First quarter. Mutombo officially does not have a block yet. Here's Abdul-Rauf, left side. On top it comes to Tommy Hammonds. Told he has 1. Outside Reggie Williams with it. Covered by Kemp. Fires a 3. Off the mark. Gill grabs the rebound. Kendall breaks out. Gary on his left. Detlef on his right. Over to Gary. Lost the handle on the ball. Williams jabbing at it. Gary gets it. Pivots beneath the rim. Double team. Scoops a low pass in the corner to Kemp. Kemp slants in. Doubled. Jump pass to Schrempf. Flips it up and in for 15. Detlef Schrempf 2 for 2. Great passing by the Sonics. They lead by 7, 17-10.
Once again, the Nuggets still a little bit out of position defensively because they were in transition. They didn't really have a chance to set that D.
15-2 Sonic run. Again inside Cage, trying to fight for the low block position. Fronts Mutombo. Mutombo coming across the lane now is jostled by Cage. There was hard contact made. Eddie Rush calls the foul on Michael Cage.
A lot of contact inside. You see Michael just trying to prevent him from going to the spot. I hope Eddie Rush does not get into his playoff make-up calls mentality we saw last spring.
64 free throw attempts for the Phoenix Suns in Game 7. Eddie Rush, where were you? He was on the floor. 17-10 the count. The Sonics by 7. Mutombo low block left. Give and go to Williams to the glass. He'll lay it up and in. Reggie Williams.
Mutombo, much improved passer this year. Really sees the floor well from the low post spot.
Sonics lead it with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 17-12. Gill, left sideline. Up fakes, drives the baseline. Double team. Sends it across the Cage. Can't handle it, but saves it in bounds off the thigh of Raouf. And the carom slides out of bounds. It'll be Sonic leather. 12 of the shot clock for the Soups with 4:54 left here in the first. Payton will bring it in bounds. Beats off to Gill. Slowly turns. Up fakes. Oh, he pins Williams off a Cage pick. His 17-footer won't go. Kemp the weak side rebound. Misses 2 attempts. Cage has the rebound, and he is bumped and fouled in low.
Just what we talked about. Michael Cage going to the weak side. Mutombo comes over to hurry that shot by Shawn Kemp. You watch Mutombo right over there. He forces the shot over the basket, but Michael Cage going to the right spot. And he's going to get a lot of offensive rebounds. See a great hard screen by Cage. Frees up Kendall. He gets a great look at it. Shawn working hard to get him offensive board. And that's how you make Mutombo pay for helping out.
Sonics about rebound in Denver, 11-4. Nate McMillan is in along with Perkins, Payton, Kemp, and Gill. Sonic possession off the ball, a whistle and a foul, illegal pick. Set by the Sonics. Either that or Payton bumped Raouf coming off a screen. I think it might have given him a forearm. The foul is on Payton. It's his first. And it will be Denver ball, trailing by 5, 17-12. Stith steps between the double team, picks up the dribble, pivots, needs help. Over to Hammonds, now to Raouf, picked up closely by McMillan. Nate at 6'5", all over Raouf at 6'1". Mahmoud outside, quarter court right. Crossover dribble, hook pass low. Hammonds rolls up to the glass, blocked by Kemp. Mutombo's there with a recovery with a two-handed jam. 17-14, Sonics break right back. Gill driving down the quarter court side, trying to pump it low to Kemp in traffic. Off his fingertips, tough pass to handle with the big man's back to the basket, out of bounds for the 4th Sonic turnover.
Not a good decision by Kendall. Shawn Kemp had a player in front of him and behind him.
4:08 to go, first quarter. Raouf will grab it and fire it and miss from 20 feet right side. Kemp got the rebound, dribbles out across midcourt, into the lane, over to Gary, wide open to the glass, he'll lay it up and in. Give the assist to the Rain Man and a beauty.
Oh, he's totally under control. Pull up the foul line, looking the defense away. That's textbook.
Gary has hit his last 3, 19-14 the score. 3:45 to go first quarter. Raouf, quarter court left. Payton yo-yoing between Raouf and the lob pass low to Mutombo. Dikembe will get it. Swings up the high hook off the rim. Rebound perfect. To Gill. Cross court to McMillan. Across midcourt near side. Pulls up on the dribble. Spots Kemp trailing. He wants to set up a play. They'll clear out the lane. Pumps a pass to Payton. Post up left-handed hook. Blocked by Williams, and that's goaltending. You're right, Walter.
Shawn Kemp forcing Mutombo to play defense outside in that matchup and make it like Magic Johnson with this nice dish off the dribble. Look at this. Never picks it up, never touches his left hand. And Gary Payton getting the ball quick. We talk about quick releases. He's had 2 of them inside for the last 2 hoops.
That's what will make the Sonics so destructive, I feel, in the playoff series against anybody. They play that European style of inversion. 3 assists for Kemp, and Payton going in low on the post, Wally, with 8 points.
Again, and Mutombo's out 15 feet away from the basket. Ooh.
Cross-court pass. Raouf just did, nearly broken up by Gill. Gill lunges out at the ball. Stith spins away at midcourt, and a bump foul is called on Kendall Gill. First foul on Kendall Gill and the 14th foul on the Sonics, who are very, very aggressive here in the early going with 3:08 left. They lead it 21-14.
Well, Greg Willard had to call something, because if he didn't call the foul, then it was a backcourt violation on the Nuggets.
Stith trying to lunge away from, skirt away from the lunging Gill, stepped in the backcourt. Robert Pack is in now for the Denver Nuggets. He is turnover prone, averaged 5 turnovers against the Sonics per game. Ellis in low, juggles the ball along the baseline, juggles it and walks with the ball. 4th turnover on Denver. LaPhonso Ellis has yet to score, and that might have been the first time he's handled the leather here in the early going with 2:58 left in the first period. A timeout has been called with the Sonics leading by 7, 21-14 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
And only at Seafirst Bank, you can pick up 2 great ways to support the Supersonics absolutely free. Just open a checking account and you'll walk away with a free Sonics sports bag and a free order of Sonics checks. Don't miss out. Fast break into Seafirst this Saturday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Click the checking account and show your support of the Sonics. Seafirst Bank, member FDIC. Well, fans, once each month, Subaru of America and your Northwest Subaru dealers recognize the Sonics player with the best off-the-bench performance. Tonight, we are proud to announce the Subaru Sixth Man Award for the 1993-94 NBA regular season to the Sonics player who led the team with 5.3 assists, 6 points, and led the league in steals with 216. This year's award goes to Nick McMillan for his outstanding contribution. Congratulations to Nick McMillan from Subaru, now the acknowledged leader in all-wheel drive traction technology.
Nuggets, the Sonics shooting 5 of 8, 60, make that 9 of 16, 56% so far for the ball game, while the Nuggets have only been able to muster 28% shooting on 5 of 18. Seattle's outboarded the Denver Nuggets 13-4 and have 5 offensive rebounds.
Right there you see a key stat. The dominance by the Sonics, many on the offensive end, and it's very difficult for the Nuggets to get anything going.
Sonics on a 19-6 run. Payton will dart across midcourt with a side saddle dribble. Whirls away from Pack, comes off the Kemp pick and feeds to Gill. He'll lob it low to Perkins, runs inside, triple team, pump outside on the wing to Kemp. He's trapped in the corner, double team, finds the open man. McMillan for a 3, he got it. Made McMillan range of 3. He had 52 of them during the year and hit 39%.
And from that spot on the floor, Nate's favorite, he shoots close to 50% from three-point land.
10-point Sonic lead, their largest, 2:23 left first period. Pack, hard chest pass, corner court left, down in the corner with it Williams. Down low to Mutombo, shovels it off to Williams, lost a handle, down on the baseline, fell on the floor, tried to scoop the pass outside to Ellis. He can't handle it, squirts off his fingertips, rolls out of bounds. It'll be Sonic play.
That's the playoffs right there in a nutshell. Just great hustle, bodies flying, players flying. Every possession is critical.
Young players suddenly tightening up. Here's Payton across midcourt with the left hand. Reverse pivot. Takes Pack in the corner in front of his own bench. Payton gets a back pick from Kemp, curls off the screen. Finds Gill right side up the Perkins pick, elevates 20-footer, got it. Kendall Gill. His first field goal of the night, and the Sonics lead it by 12 at 26-14.
Good to see Kendall get himself balanced going to his right hand on the jump shot. He usually has trouble going that way.
Minute 46 left first quarter. Mutombo stretches out that 7-2 frame to get it. Right block. Back to the basket, working on Big Smooth, looking over the left shoulder. Mutombo relinquishes the dribble, hands off the Pack, and he walked with a basketball. Oh, goodness, Denver suddenly has tightened up. Ooh, man.
So has the Sonic defense. That's excellent defense all around. No reason to double team Mutombo down there. You want him shooting that shot. Kendall Gill hustling to trail that play.
Right now, you couldn't put a razor blade between the Denver Nugget players down on that bench. It's so tight. 26-14 to score. Minute 34 to go first quarter. And a timeout, a 20-second timeout on the floor. You know, there's never a timeout in a Taco Time kitchen. That's because Taco Time employees are busy slicing, chopping, grating the fresh ingredients that go into every Taco Time order. Take a Taco Time out and treat yourself to the very best. Anytime is Taco Time. And I'm sure they are listening back there in those Taco Time kitchens to our broadcast. Glad you are with us across the Northwest. Along with Wally Walker, I'm Kevin Calabro at a place we lovingly call The Barn, where the Sonics have staked a 12-point lead in the early going over the Nuggets. This is game one. Seattle 11 of 18, 61% shooting. Denver 5 of 18, 28%. 5 turnovers for the Nuggets here in the first stanza. Schrempf from Payton. Right side, drives into the key, double teamed on a pass off. Fouled as Rogers and Pack double him. And this will put the Nuggets over the limit and send Detlef Schrempf to the line for 2.
Well, I was watching Mutombo that time, just never got out of the paint area, even with Sam Perkins. Fine perimeter shooter. Mutombo wants to hang close to that goal.
Detlef Schrempf will come to the line. What a year he had for the Sonics, averaging 34 minutes, had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists every night. That was his season average. 77% free throw shooter. He flips in the free throw. Detlef has gone no further with the Pacer Ball Club in the first round. Of course, he was part of that Dallas team, Wally, that got to the Western Conference Finals, but his own admission, he didn't really play much. He didn't feel like he was part of that team.
And he's going to be a part of this one if they go further. They need his outside shooting, his ability to create his own shot to half-court level.
11-0 run for the Soups. They're up 14. Pack outside a 20-footer. He drained it. That's been really the only offense, Wally, for Denver tonight, just to pull up Jay.
That and a couple offensive rebounds inside by Mutombo.
28-16. A minute left in the first quarter. McMillan rolls off the Perkins pick, drives in left side, kick out pass, Gill for 3, in and out. Rebound, Mutombo. Jumbo Mutombo will skip it ahead to Pack. Robert Pack out of USC, the Pac-Man, right-hand side of the key. Sends it over to Rogers. Rodney Rogers, man, is he a load. Takes McMillan down deep, double team. Rammed into Detlef, knocked him down, sends it past to Stith from the angle. The Virginian will sling it up in air. Stith with a deuce. 10-point Sonic lead, 45 seconds left first quarter.
Stith, a very good standstill jump shooter, can raise high on that shot.
Gill cross court to Detlef, scoots into the lane, slashes to the hole at the last second, feeds out to Gill, can't handle it. Pack has it, spins into the lane, wrapped up, hacked by McMillan and a foul. It'll send Robert Pack to the line for 2 shots. The foul on Nate.
The Sonics got themselves in trouble with the turnover of their own. Mutombo forced it because on the drive inside, Detlef just didn't want to take that shot. And Pack has explosive quickness in transition.
The Sonics have 8 assists in the game. Talking to George Karl before the game, they had 26 assists per ball game this year, 3 better than last year. They had 2,100 assists this year. They had 1,903 last year. They rank quite low in the NBA in assist totals. And he was happy with the improvement, Wally, in terms of distribution of the ball, the assists, the unselfishness, and free throw shooting. The Sonics got to the line more this year.
Well, the offensive game has improved tremendously. The defensive game was at an NBA championship caliber last year, but now they're playing the kind of offense that can get them that ring.
Pack hits the first, misses the second. Mutombo off balance, lost the rebound, and the Sonics have it. Here's McMillan across midcourt. Seattle leading by 9. They led by as many as 14. 11 seconds remaining first quarter. Mutombo picks up Detlef Schrempf out beyond the three-point ring. 7-6. Detlef makes his move. Left-hand dribble. Takes Mutombo to the rack. Blocked by Mutombo and a foul called by the outside official, Hugh Hollins, who was at midcourt. It is the second foul on Mutombo.
It looks like the Sonics' game plan is wherever Mutombo is guarding, let him be the dribbler, the one-on-one player. You can see with Mutombo, though, you must take it right to the rim and try to throw it down. Because if you try to put it off the board, he's going to get one of those long arms and hands on the basketball.
He had too much arm that time. That right elbow extended up and right into the jowls of Detlef Schrempf for the foul, his second. And Schrempf hits the free throw. 7 points for Detlef Schrempf. Gary Payton has 8 to lead the Sonics, and Shawn Kemp has 5 assists and 3 rebounds here in the first quarter.
5 assists.
Is that unbelievable?
That's amazing. He's just seen the floor well. He's been totally under control when he's dribbling that basketball.
10-point lead for the Sonics. 3 and 5/10 seconds remaining in the opening stanza. Schrempf hits the free throw. Detlef with 8 first quarter points. Here come the Nuggets in a hurry. 1 second left. Getting off a shot as Ellis got a great look at it. Banked it up and rattled it out. That ends the first period. The score, Seattle Supersonics 30, Denver Nuggets 19. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Well, Sonics fans, it's now time for the AT&T Long Distance Shootout. Our contestants will have 30 seconds each to shoot 12 balls. The colored ball's worth 2 points. All other balls are worth 1 point. Shooters tonight, Michael Roper of Seattle, Steve Smith of Seattle. Michael will go first, 30 seconds on the clock. Ready, set, go. Well, if a contestant makes all of the baskets, they will receive 3 long distance for tonight. AT&T.
seconds. Our next contestant in our shootout tonight is Steve Smith of Seattle. 30 seconds on the clock. Ready, set, go. Tonight's winner of the shootout will receive an AT&T answering machine.
Sam Perkins doing a superb job defensively in this series. Go ahead and roll a video. He's going to guard Mutombo man-to-man inside, giving away 5 inches. Watch Sam here on the block. He's going to guard him and make him force a pass and then step over there to cut off the baseline after the nice dish by Mutombo. Sam doing it all on that series.
Our winner tonight is Steve Smith of Seattle. Congratulations and thank you for participating in the AT&T Long Distance Shootout.
To 19 to score at the end of 1 quarter here in Seattle. The Supersonics shooting 11 of 19, 58% of the first period. Denver 7 of 21, 33%. Rebounding total, Seattle 14, Denver had 5. Both teams with 5 turnovers. The Sonics gave up 6 off their turnovers, and Denver relinquished 10 points off of the 5 forced turnovers the Sonics put on them. Here we go to the second period. Payton covered by Rauf out on the wing. Perkins attempts to set a screen, now rolls off the pick near side, gets the pass from Payton, comes off the McMillan screen. Brian Williams bodies Perkins, who gives it up to McMillan. Back to Sam, fall away Jay. Got it! Oh! A rainbow that came down cold. Whoa, that was a popsicle that came down there. Nothing but cord, 32-19.
Sam, the savvy veteran he is, realized there was only a few seconds left on the shot clock and had to let that one go.
Rolling out on the wing, the fall-away left-hander. He took that and ripped it over Brian Williams. Here's Rauf. He challenges a double team and pops in a 20-footer over 2 big defenders. 32-21 the score, 11:07 to go second quarter. Payton, corner court right, skips it low again to Perkins. Looks over the right shoulder, working on Williams. 6'11", 250. Backs him, walks him in deep, swings up the roundhouse hook. No, poked up by Payton. No, poked up by Gary. McMillan was inside. It was McMillan battling for it, and a loose ball foul called on the Sonics. And it will be on Gary Payton.
Loose ball foul.
Sonics going to work in the low post with Mutombo out of the ball game. Nate has 2 great looks at these tips and just can't get it to go down. Gary Payton snuck in with a little shove from the outside.
32-21, 10:52 to go, second period play. Big paper daddy Ricky Pierce in the lineup now with the Sonics, along with Vincent Askew, Nate McMillan, Sam Perkins, and Detlef Schrempf. Rogers is double teamed on the flank, outside the pack, cross court to Rauf, long hoist, no. Rebound Perkins, he positions his body between rim and man and comes away with it, despite Williams leaning on it. McMillan will take it into the lane. Juggles the pass, swings it out to Askew, over to Ricky Pierce, and he hits one from the baseline.
That is sweet, all set up by the penetration from Nate McMillan. Forced the defense in, and then 2 passes away from an open shot for Ricky.
32-21, 10:15 to go, second quarter play. Pack outside, darts into the lane. Yeah, with a right to left hand crossover dribble. Reaching in, McMillan draws the foul.
Foul is on number 10.
Second on Nate.
Pack, the only true penetrator on this club. Nice burst off the dribble. Nate just a little late with the reach.
Seattle's largest lead was 14 back in the first quarter. They lead here by 13. Shawn Kemp back in the lineup now for Sam Perkins. Denver will bring it inbounds. Pack will handle it. Quarter court left, comes off the Ellis pick. Picked up at a jump switch by Detlef, left-hand side of the key, in low. Ricky trying to front Ellis. They lob it over the fronting defense, but Ellis is pinned beneath the rim by Askew. He finds Williams out on the baseline, and the left-hander from Arizona sinks it. Back come the Sonics in a hurry. McMillan to the trailer Askew. Hesitation dribble into the key, double teamed over to Detlef off the Askew pick. His jumper, John, who just did come off the iron, but grabbed by Ricky Pierce. Outside, Vinny Askew now will handle it.
Ricky will post up against Pack, and Vinny identifies it.
Askew sends it over to Pierce, who has Robert Pack hitched to his back. Pack draws the foul. Second on.
but he's no match for Ricky Pierce in this area of the floor. The Sonics do a great job of recognizing it quickly.
Timeout on the floor with 9:33 left in the first half. The score, the Sonics 34 and the Nuggets 23. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Welcome the Sonics Dance Team, sponsored by Reebok. I like this one. Hold on, let's go.
Nate McMillan with the penetration sets up an easy one for the Sonics. Go ahead and roll this. You can see a gamble out front by the Nuggets, and Nate's going to go ahead. Just blow by and a spin as Abdul-Rauf waves the basketball. Then watch the defense all sneak in here. Nate just with an easy kick out. Nice pass over for Ricky, wide open as the whole defense collapses on Nate McMillan in the middle.
The Sonics Dance Team.
Back with Wally Walker, I'm Kevin Calabro. 9:33 left in the first half, and the Sonics leading the Nuggets 34-23. Sonics have owned the glass. They've out-rebounded Denver 18-5. Brian Williams has been brought in here in the second quarter by Dan Issel at 6'11", 260. Averages close to 6 rebounds a game and 19 minutes per. He, along with LaPhonso Ellis, who is yet to score. Rodney Rogers now the front line. Mutombo is out. The guards are Pack and Raouf. We'll set the Sonic lineup for you in a moment. Pierce isolated left side. Drop steps to the baseline and hits a lovely fall-away floater over Pack. Ricky's hit 2 for 2. The point per minute guy hits 2 big bombs coming off that bench.
That's a matchup the Sonics want. They go right to it out of the timeout.
13 points, Sonic lead in low. McMillan fronts Ellis on the post. Raouf lobs it inside, and a foul is called on McMillan. That is the third on the Sonics co-captain, Nate McMillan.
This is a tough call to get called against in the playoffs. Nate just working, moving his feet against a much bigger player than Ellis. And then gets called for a ticky-tack foul after Ellis really pushes off a little bit when that ball's in the air.
Gary Payton got a short respite. He is back on as McMillan goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Seattle by 13, 9:06 to play first half. Williams will bring it in bounds from in front of his own bench. The team captain from Georgetown will swing it to Bryant Stith. Stith covered by Kemp outside, looking low for Ellis, fronted by Payton. Gary gets that position, fronts Ellis. Stith covered outside closely by Kemp. They swing it to Raouf, slants into the lane, double team, hook pass to Stith, a hard pass to Handle. He comes up with it, leans back, blocked by Schrempf. Grabbed by Kemp, lead pass, Payton, 2-on-1, Ricky to the ground, lays it in. Oh, big paper daddy with another deuce and a great Sonic break for a 15-point lead.
But what a job defensively, fronting the post, helping out, getting on the defensive glass. The Sonics have been the most physical team.
38-23, 8:27 to go, second quarter. Williams floats it to Ellis, right side, set out 20 feet from the hole. Double team to Williams, in low to Stith. Spins away, outside, 20-footer, face to the basket, badly missed. Williams jabs it out of bounds. It'll be Sonic basketball with a 15-point lead and 8:14 to play in the second quarter. Denver has tightened up again under the Sonic relentless defensive pressure.
George Karl says when the Sonics are playing good defense, it looks like they have 7 players on the floor. That's what it's looking like the Denver Nuggets right now.
No question about it. Askew finds Detlef on an early post play. Detlef up fakes, draws defenders into him, and will go to the line for 2 shots. Here's Detlef Schrempf now stepping up with 8 points.
Dan Issel looking for offense now. Mutombo's had a long rest on the bench with the 2 fouls as Dan Issel tries to get some points. He's not as concerned with the defensive end right now.
Detlef's hit 5 of 5 from the line. The Sonics as a team have hit 8 of 9, and they lead it by 16, 39-23. Schrempf's second attempt is right there, nothing but net. Seattle now will bluff a little full court pressure. They'll quickly backpedal after the main free throw. Rauf will clear midcourt with a leather. He'll feed it over to Reggie Williams. Reggie, the graybeard on this basketball team. He's been around for 7 NBA seasons. In low to Ellis, rumbles into the lane. He'll hook one up and in. Second-year player from East St. Louis drops in his first field goal. Seattle strikes right back. Down the left side, arcs a high one on the run, up and in off the window. He drew a foul, and Ricky Pierce with 8 points, 4 of 4 shooting, will head to the line.
He had a nearly impossible angle on that shot, moving away from the basket and the bump, and still kissed it softly for the three-point play attempt.
The man they call Deuce to the line, Ricky Pierce, a.k.a. Big Paper Daddy, and he swings in the three-point play with a free throw. 9 points for Pierce off the bench all of the quarter. And the Sonics lead it by 18, their largest lead. 7:40 to go, second quarter. With it, left flank, Rauf, crossover left to right-hand dribble, covered by Askew. Down low, Ellis spins, fall-away jumper, got it. LaPhonso Ellis with a corkscrew hopper over Schrempf. 43-26, Payton the other way, races up the floor, into the lane, off-balance shot, no. Grabs the rebound, wrestles it away from his own teammate Askew. They'll bring it outside face to the basket, left wing, covered by Ellis. Ellis stalks him out beyond the three-point ring. Vinny has it in low on the much smaller Rauf. He's got about 100 pounds on him. Drop steps and is fouled by Rauf. Rauf weighs about 142. Vinny's at 240. How's that for a post-up, Wally? Pow!
100-pound advantage. It was one you want to get the ball to, and the Sonics have done a great job offensively recognizing the mismatches, particularly in the post-ups, and getting the basketball in there quickly.
Vinny Askew, I mean, he is absolutely chiseled out of granite. Goes to the line and hits the first free throw.
And a big piece of granite it is.
I'm telling you. Kind that's been laying in the ground for billions of years.
Northern Italy. Michelangelo scouted out.
Seattle 11 of 12 from the line. Denver 3 of 4. Askew misses the free throw. It is grabbed by Ellis. Slings it ahead to Rauf. 44-27 the score. Seattle by 17. Rauf stops outside the three-point arc over to Stith. Covered closely by Askew. Lobs it on the block. Ellis doubled outside his Stith. Finds an opening. A 15-footer. He'll hoist it up and in. Bryant Stith with 4. 44-29 the score. 15-point Sonic lead. 6:51 to go second quarter. Here's quarter court right. Comes off the Schrempf pick. Steps into the key. Hesitates with a left-hand dribble. Faces up. Fires and missed it. Rebound grabbed by Kemp. He sprints outside with a handle on it. Avoids the lunging Stith. Stith still jabbing away at it. Kemp gets rid of it over to Schrempf. Slants in, finds a seam, stops, leans back, uncorks and misses. Rebound covered inside by the blue-clad Nuggets. It's Reggie Williams out ahead to Stith. Fades out on the right wing in front of his own bench. Skips it to Ellis, back to the basket, turns on Schrempf to the glass. He'll lay up a runner inside. Nobody picked him up as he spun away from Detlef.
3 straight post-ups by Ellis. 3 straight baskets from that position when he's gotten it. The Sonics have been slower with the double team the last few minutes.
13 points, Sonic lead. They led by as many as 18. 6:04 to go here in the second period. Outside right wing, Gary Payton with it. Looks in low for Kemp, covered by Mutombo. Faces up from 15, fires over and missed it. Rebound Williams. Knocks Detlef Schrempf down, sends the outlet pass right to Kemp. He'll drive in and is double teamed and sent rolling to the floor. Kemp will get 2 shots after a timeout called by the Sonics with 5:50 left in the first half. The Sonics lead Denver 44-31 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
15 foul penalty. Timeout, Seattle.
the Sonics leading the Nuggets 44-31. Sonics had an 18-point lead here in the second period. Let's see who they come out of the huddle with. Ricky Pierce, who's hit 4 out of 5 from the field, and 9 points in the second quarter will come in. You know, I did some figuring today. He missed the 17 consecutive games and then came back for the final 5 games of the year. In the 5 games, he averaged 19 minutes, shot 55%, and averaged 17 points per ball game in 19 minutes of play. That's the kind of December he had when he scored something like 185 points in 176 minutes.
I thought the number I saw today was 87 points in 93 minutes. Does that sound right?
Ooh,
since he came back last 5?
Kemp hits the free throw. Second one up and in. Kemp with a half dozen. 46-31 the score. 15-point Sonic lead. 5:48 to go, second period. Boy, this place is warm. It's getting warmer in the big barn. Rauf skips it mid-block left side. Ellis double teamed outside to Williams. Covered by Kemp. Yo-yoing between Ellis, the intended receiver, and Williams handling the ball. Who's picked up the dribble. 6 in the shot clock. Reggie do something with it. Drives in with the left hand. He is clogged up in a double team. Perkins stands his ground. Williams careens into him for his 4th foul. Charge called on Williams.
Sam Perkins is doing a great job defensively. He doesn't get enough credit for that. He's guarding Mutombo. Now he steps over there and takes that shot. So critical to Sonic defense for a big man to take that charge.
That foul is on Williams, and it is his 3rd, not 4th, the 3rd on Reggie Williams, who immediately comes out of the ball game. Rodney Rogers will step in. 46-31 the score. Seattle by 15. Payton works the dribble, back to the basket, waits Ricky to cut off the Kemp pick. He'll get it and lay it up and in as he slants off the Kemp screen. A beautiful set play, 11 for Ricky in the quarter.
Gorgeous timing, one of the most basic plays in basketball, to curl off a low post. But when you run it and time it that well, very difficult to defend.
17-point Sonic lead. Mutombo backs, double teamed, outside of Rauf. Long hoist, in and out, rebound Perkins. Sam's got 4 rebounds. The outlet pass to Kemp across midcourt with the left-hand dribble, shuffles his feet, drives in on Mutombo, double teamed, outside to Askew. Vinny drives, jump pass to Kemp, 15-footer, got it, Shawn Kemp. 8 points for Kemp.
The Sonics are making Mutombo play defense outside now. He's reluctant to come out there, and Shawn Kemp's wide open for that 15-footer.
19 points, Sonic run, Seattle on a 6-0 run, 4.5 minutes to play in the first half. Stith with the basketball, flips it to Ellis, beyond the three-point ring, covered by Perkins. Ellis pulls up, sends it low to Mutombo, back to the basket, arcs his back, drop step spin, step around move on Kemp, missed the jam, slides off, volleyed outside, Stith with it, back to Mutombo, plants that left pivot foot, looks over the left shoulder. Big Mutombo slants a pass outside of the point, Payton steps up and steals it right away from Ellis, and fouled by Ellis from behind.
But the Nuggets are completely befuddled as the Sonics just playing straight up man-to-man defense. No pressure here, but they are putting great ball pressure on the ball handler and then getting into passing lanes.
The Sonics have 5 steals, Wally, and Payton has 2.
Right here, Mutombo put on a great move, and then can you believe he missed that shot? Fortunately, Shawn Kemp not picking up the foul.
Payton to the line, misses the free throw, and he's getting instructions from Perkins and Kemp now as they stroll out to the 15-foot mark. Gary, during the year, shot 59% from the free throw line. I was looking at his rookie numbers. He averaged just a little better than 1 free throw attempt per ball game his rookie year. Payton, that's not good, folks, for your starting point guard, and that's how far he has come this year. And in the intervening years between the first and the second year, 3 full seasons in the NBA. This is 4th season. 4:04 left in the second period, and a timeout called on the floor with the Sonics leading by 20 on a Payton free throw. You know, Wally, we talked so much at the time about Payton and his need for maturation, certainly, and that coming only with seasoning and with playing in the league. And it took Stockton a couple of years. Once he took over for Ricky Green, it wasn't until Stockton's the last half of his 3rd year to his 4th season before he really came on, and it's been the case for Gary Payton. I think more last year, certainly, but this year he's really refined his skills, and he's found an aggression, and he's found a leadership role on this ball club.
He is definitely the leader on the club, and you make a good point. Point guards just don't come in and set this league on fire. We're going to see a great play here. Watch his curl play, And Ricky just running right around it. Nice spacing on the floor. No one can get over and help on that play. And that's part of the maturity of Gary Payton, recognizing the right timing when to deliver that pass. We talk about another point guard. We talk about a mature Kevin Johnson. Played very little in Cleveland his first year. It's just a very difficult position to master at this level.
How about Ricky Pierce? That 17-game hiatus, if you will, really allowed him to get quality rest. He's playing without pain. They shaved the bone spurs off of the outside of the left foot. Pierce has always kept himself in the utmost of physical conditioning. At the age of 34, he has a very rigorous regimen and continued a very hard pace when rehabbing, and boy, has that ever paid dividends. He's been outstanding.
Well, you can see now how much that foot must have been bothering those bone spurs, because he is much quicker now than he was at any point during the season. Just able to plant and cut off that foot.
We mentioned the hot December he had. In January, February, and March combined, he only shot 42% and averaged 11 points, and that's, I think, indicative of just how much pain he was going through at the time. Seattle leading by 20 with 4 minutes remaining in the second period. It will be Denver ball inbounds. Rodney Rogers, the trigger man.
One of the best rebounding stretches I've seen this club have all year long, dominating the boards against a good rebounding team. 22-9 is the current count.
Kemp with 5 boards and Perkins with 4. In low, Mutombo. Nice step to the iron, rams it home, and he hit Perkins right in the chops. Pow! And a 20-second timeout call by the Sonics. Mutombo, with his first field goal of the second period, has a half dozen for the ball game. And a 20-second timeout call on the floor, so Frank Furtado can attend to Sam Perkins, who got a shot, bang, right in the chops.
The shoulder more than the elbow. Of course, a lot of players get frustrated with Mutombo because he flails those arms around, partly because he's awkward, but I tell you what, it does clear the defensive players off of him.
And it'll clear your sinuses if you're on the receiving end of that baby, and right now they're taking a look at Sam down there.
Sam's got some blood pouring out of there. Sam has just played a magnificent game so far. Might not show up in the box scores. His numbers haven't been that huge, but he's done a great job for his club.
3:50 left, second period play. Sonics leading 51-33. Payton will bring it across midcourt. Crowd chanting here at the big barn. Can't quite tell who they're shouting for, or they're yelling for Schrempf already, huh? Pierce drives to the baseline, double team, finds Kemp, baseline right, runs by Mutombo, lost a handle on the ball. Squirts free in the lane, up for grabs, grabbed by Ellis. Hands off to Mahmoud across midcourt. His pass to the front court, intended for Ellis, intercepted by Payton. Darts to the glass, averts Rauf, and flings it up and in with a quick little right-handed twirl.
You see the ball handling Achilles' heel of this Denver Nuggets club. They're just not comfortable on the dribble.
20-point Sonic lead again. Mutombo, low block, left side to Rauf. Lean-in jumper over Payton, no. Coming over the top, Rogers deflects the rebound to the inline. Perkins attempts to save it, but was on the baseline. And both Kemp and Perkins admonishing you Hollins for what they feel was a blown call. Rogers came flying over the top of them. Ricky Pierce now will come out. Kendall Gill, Vinny Askew, Gary Payton, Perkins, and Kemp on the floor for the Sonic. Great steal on the last play.
Marvelous anticipation by Gary Payton. He's been quick all night.
Denver basketball inbounds. Rogers has it jabbed away. Pursued and double team. Payton out of backcourt. Wraparound flip. Ahead to Gill. Over to Kemp. And he comes with a two-handed jam. Shawn Kemp with a big jam. He has 10 points, 6 in the quarter. It's a 22-point Sonic spread.
Kendall Gill set it up with the defense, and he got the assist pass as well.
And outside, an exchange from Rauf to Stith, deflected out of bounds. 11-2 Sonic run in the crowd, creating some ruckus. It is nearly deafening here at the barn. Listen to that crowd. 22-point Sonic lead. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Here is Ellis to Stith out of the corner, winds up, delivers, missed it. Perkins, his fifth rebound, up to Payton, ahead to Vinny. Into the lane, challenges Mutombo, hands to Gill, up he comes. Mutombo blocks the shot. Swats it away to Robert Pack. Stumbles out of backcourt, 3-on-2, into the lane, dishes to Rogers. The left-hander will flip and miss. From 15, Gill has the rebound. Gill the other way, turns the corner on Rogers. He's fouled. It will be Kendall Gill heading to the line. on the foul out on the floor to Rodney Rogers. Seattle all over the defensive glass and breaking out to the races.
Not a smart foul by Rodney Rogers. His club is getting back well on defense. And they're in the penalty, so he's going to give Kendall, a good free throw shooter, a couple freebies.
14 defensive rebounds, 24, make it 34. Well, I was right the first time. 24 total rebounds for the Sonics. Gill hits the free throw. Kendall Gill puts Seattle into the lead by 23. Perkins and Askew will check out for the Soups, and in will come Cage and Detlef Schrempf to join Kemp and Payton and Gill. Kendall bends at the knees, puts the free throw up, and it rattles out. Mutombo with a rebound. Will working ahead to Pack, chest pass to Rogers, drives the inline, double team, centers it in the lane. Ellis steps up, swivels by 2 men, and jams it down with the right hand. Ellis with 8 second quarter points, 56-35. Seattle by 21. Kemp has it. Set out wide, 15 feet from the hole. Right block. Backs down on Mutombo. Up fake. Steps by. Tried to feed low to Detlef. Broken up. Stolen by Rogers. Rogers pumps a pass out of backcourt to Pack. Into the lane he comes. He will try to raise and jam it on Cage. Michael fouls him and sends Pack to the line for 2.
Shawn Kemp that time had Mutombo. He's got to recognize Mutombo has 2 fouls, and he can shoot that shot or take a chance on it. And you can see Robert Pack, 6'1", can really, he was in the slam dunk contest this year, particularly off 2 feet, can really get up in the air.
Robert Pack heads to the line. Well, there have been a couple of instances here, as Wally mentioned, where the Sonics went slashing into the lane and had what appeared to be a shot at flipping something up over Mutombo, only to try to feed off to another player. Other than that, he really has not had a dramatic effect on the Sonic offense, obviously. And Pack stands up there, misses 2 free throw, and he is seething. He is really hot at himself. Seattle rebound, and Payton will bring it across midcourt. Sonics own the glass, 25-11. Payton down the left sideline, scoots by Pack, pull up, lean in, Baker, he got it. Gary Payton set him off balance with a quick dribble down the left side, suddenly pull up and stuck it home. Seattle leading again by 23. Pack feeds to Mutombo. The ball is off his chest. Tracked to midcourt by Payton. Barrel rolls to Gill. Sends it up to Cage and overthrew him out of bounds as Michael races after it in the near corner. Denver basketball. Gary Payton all over the floor after that letter.
That was an incredible play by Gary Payton. Sensational steal. One of the best you'll ever see.
4 Sonics in double figures scoring. 58-35. Gary has at least 3 steals. 58 seconds remaining second quarter. Pack crossover dribble into the lane. Pried away by the double team duo of Gill and Payton. Last touch by Kendall with that quick right hand. He reached in and hooked that ball away. Denver basketball, 11 on the shot clock. 55 seconds remaining in the first half. Seattle leading at 58-35. LaPhonso Ellis will bring it in bounds. Skips it to Bryant Stith. In low, Mutombo back to the basket. Back to Stith. Made the catch down around eye level. 6 on the shot clock. Skips it low to Mutombo. Turns, fades, fires, missed it. Rebound. Who's going to get it? Kemp comes away in the pack. Kemp across midcourt. Crossover dribble. Eludes Stith at midcourt. Drives in on Mutombo. Feeds to Gill. Let me count. A reverse right-handed jam for Kendall Gill. Give the assist to the Rain Man. He has 6 on the night. And then as our Sonics arrives at air instant replay.
Again, in transition, not a real fast break, but early offense gets an easy win for Kendall.
60-35, 24 seconds left. Seattle by 25. In low, Ellis drop step, spins, double team. Schrempf and Gill all over him. Gill grabs it, flips it away to Payton, broken up by Stith, grabbed by Williams. Over to Pack, back to Williams, into the lane. He runs in and jams it down. 10 seconds left. Seattle leading 60-37. They've led by as many as 25. Gill down the left side. Had it jabbed away by Stith. Picked up by Detlef. 2 seconds left. Flings it up. Missed it, but fouled by Ellis. Detlef Schrempf will head to the line on the foul to LaPhonso Ellis. That is the 3rd on Ellis, and Detlef Schrempf will step to the line for free throws 7 and 8 on the night. He's hit the last 6.
Well, it wasn't off the drawing board, the chalkboard, but it turns out to be an effective play because Detlef's going to get free throws, and Ellis, their second leading scorer, picks up foul number 3. Ellis has been their main offensive threat. He's 4 for 4 this quarter.
Seattle leading 60-37. 7/10 of a second remaining here in the second period. from the big barn where it's heating up. It's getting a little warm, a little tepid here in the barn. Schrempf hits the free throw. Detlef with 11. We might have to ask Aunt Minnie to make some of her special old-fashioned lemonade, Wally.
Can we do something about that cast, that thing you're wearing on your foot, that moldy thing?
It's coming off tomorrow.
That's not soon enough.
They're going to hack that baby off. 7 for 7 from the line is Detlef Schrempf.
Lloyd Glazier has a vote.
Is there a fan in the house? Detlef hits both free throws. 62 to 37 to score, and that ends the first half of play. The score, the Sonics 62, Denver 37. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Denver 37. We remind you that smoking is prohibited in the Coliseum, except for areas provided on the upper concourse ramps at the northwest and southeast corners of the Coliseum. We ask that you limit your smoking to these designated areas. Thank you.
Well, the Sonics lead here at half, 62 to 37. Some of the numbers. The Sonics shooting exquisite, 22 of 39, 56%. Denver 16 of 39, 41%. Denver only went to the line 6 times in the first half. Seattle 21 attempts, 17 free throws, 81%. They outboarded Denver 26 to 11. Seattle had 10 offensive rebounds. Seattle had 17 assists. They also had 9 steals. The club playoff record is 18, set back in 1975. In addition, Gary Payton had 4 steals, the club record set by Nate McMillan of 6. And you look at the leading scorer for the Sonics. Well, Payton with 13, Schrempf 12, Pierce 11, and Shawn Kemp had 10. What was interesting about Ricky's numbers, he got the 11 points on 5 of 6 shooting in 8 minutes of play in the first half. And of course, Kemp, along with the 6 rebounds, had 6 assists. Can you say triple-double?
Well on his way.
Well on his way. Ellis with 8 points. Abdul-Rauf 7, Mutombo 6, and Reggie Williams had 5. Look at the foul problems. Williams 3 and Ellis with 3, and Mutombo has 2. We mentioned the team numbers. The Supersonics shooting quite well, led after 1, 30 to 19 on the strength of 11 of 19, 58% shooting in the first period, and then outscored Denver 32-18 in the second period. So 30-19, 32-18 in our first two quarters of basketball.
I go on record saying if the Sonics shoot 50% in the playoff game, they will not lose. So shooting 50% means they're getting some easy shots inside, usually out of their defense, usually in transition.
Well, we have a hello from one of our crew here, technical director Doug Wetz, W-E-T-Z. I'd like to say hi to Miguel Garcia in Tacoma, and remember, Miguel, tomorrow is a work day. Thank you, Doug Wetz, our technical director. Since when do we pass along messages from the technical directors around here? What is this?
That was important to remind Miguel that tomorrow's a work day.
We get to the playoffs and suddenly the broadcast just disintegrates. What's going on around here? I'm going to have to take more of a leadership role.
Yeah, that's what we need, a little more Harry Carey impersonation.
Well, you might get it. Seattle up by 25 at half. Here we go. Sonics bringing it inbounds. Already two upsets in the NBA. Miami beats Atlanta at Atlanta tonight. First game of the first round. And, of course, a favored Orlando ball club loses at home by 1 to Indiana, 89-88. Shaq must have had a heck of a night, huh? Here's Kemp, drop step spin, challenges Mutombo with a left-hand jam, hit the back rim. Rebound Gill goes up, blocked by Mutombo. Also there, Ellis in the neighborhood. They both reject and get a piece of the shot and deflect it out. It'll be Sonic ball.
Mutombo is just so long, those arms. See, Kendall Gill, good position, good head and shoulder fake. Mutombo from behind blocks it without fouling.
Payton swings it inbounds to Kemp, and Gary will get it back out in front of the Denver bench. Quarter court right side. Payton will come outside, hotly pursued by Ellis and Rauf. Payton cross court to Detlef, slants it with the left hand. Swings a pass cross court over to Kemp, raises 15-footer, no. Grabbed by Mutombo, who seals off Kemp for the rebound. Shawn went to the floor after delivering the jumper. 62-37 the score. Just an away period. Here he comes. He was shanghaied on the weak side by Mutombo and a foul called, but not on Mutombo. Will be on Reggie Williams. That's the fourth on Reggie.
Detlef has about 40 pounds on Williams and uses the advantage, just shrugs him off with the shoulder. Mutombo, you can see him racing back to help, but too late. Contact already been made.
Detlef Schrempf to the line. Man, was he a dynamo from the line in the first half when he hit 8 for 8. The Sonics as a team hit 17 of 21. Detlef continues to swing. 9 for 9, 13 points for Schrempf.
Rogers replacing Reggie Williams.
Reggie Williams will come out and Rodney Rogers will step in for Denver. 63-40 to score. Seattle by 23. 10:56 left third quarter.
Rodney Rogers really a wild card for this Nugget club. Big physical guy, also can shoot from the outside. And maybe the answer both to the physicality that Seattle's experiencing over the Nuggets and the outside shooting woes for the Nuggets.
Schrempf flips in the free throw. 14 for Detlef. Perfect 10 of 10 from the line. Denver basketball. Rauf quarter court right, covered by Payton. Sends it to Stith out of Virginia, over to Rodney Rogers from Wake Forest. In low, Mutombo backs, turns, moves to the glass, and rams it down with the right hand as he steps by Cage. Mutombo with 8 points. 64-42. Gill feathers it out on the wing. Kemp faces up, covered by Ellis. Kemp hesitates, now slants in with a hard left hand dribble, double team, hook pass outside to Payton. 12 on the shot clock, a 3 for Gary, no. High rebound, deflected by Schrempf to Gill. Over to Cage, winds up from the baseline, his jumper won't go. In after the rebound is Rogers, fends off Schrempf. Rogers will turn up the floor. Attack that takes him into the lane, feeds outside to Rauf, quick flip off the mark. Gill with a rebound, Gary racing ahead. Sneaks down the floor. Gill dribbles, draws the D, dishes over to Gary. Out of the corner, he snugs in a jump shot. Gary Payton raises with a bomb. 15 points for Payton, give the assist to Kendall Gill.
That first half, he had one of the best all year long. Complete game so far by Gary Payton.
24-point Sonic lead. 9:42 to go, third quarter. Rogers in low. Mutombo looks over the right shoulder. Smacks that ball with the left palm. Backs in, reverse pivot, swings up a high hook, won't go. Schrempf for the rebound. Centers it to Gary up the floor. Wingmen on his left and right. It's Kemp and Gill respectively. Now Gary will pull up, hesitates, now slants into the lane with a hard left hand, scoops it up, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Mutombo. The outlet flip to Rauf. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf outside, veers off the Ellis pick, crossover dribble, covered closely by Cage. He's forced to get rid of it to Ellis. In low to Mutombo. Fouled as Dikembe grabbed the ball on the block. It's on Kemp, and it is the second on Seattle's Shawn Kemp. 9:10 left, third quarter play. Sonics lead it 66-42.
Nuggets much more assertive about going inside to Mutombo, and he is working hard to get position inside.
Rogers will bring it in bounds. Boy, the crowd arriving late from their little halftime. They're coming in here now, settling in at the 9-minute mark. Here's Ellis, left side, double team. Off balance, Jane missed it. Rebound, grab by Cage. Hands off to Gary Payton. Denver unable to get into a comfort zone for any long spell at all. Seattle double team has really cracked down on Denver. Here's Payton outside, works a two-man play off the pick from Schrempf. Rogers jumps out on Payton, gives it to Detlef. He turns on Raouf, count the basket. He's fouled and goes to the line.
Very smart guard play by Gary Payton. The two-man game with Detlef. The switch, Abdul-Rauf ends up with Detlef down low. Gary gets the basketball to him quickly. And just as quickly, Detlef makes a spin move to the baseline.
He lost a handle on the ball, and the ball then skidded off the forehead of Mutombo. Detlef steps to the line with two opportunities, and the first one clangs off. He had hit 10 in a row, 10 for 10. 8:40 to go, third quarter, and the Sonics lead it 66-42. Seattle came out and put it on Denver early. Led it 30-19 after one. Detlef's free throw up and in. 15 for Detlef. 67-42 to score. Seattle by 25 to spend the largest lead of the game. 8.5 minutes to go. We're in the third quarter. Raouf, left side. Formerly Chris Jackson out of LSU. Dribbles down the sideline, covered closely by Payton and low to Rogers. Turns the left-hander, winds up there. Ball down. Jab by Cage, grabbed by Gill up the floor. Hard chest pass. Schrempf puts it on the floor, circles his feet, and sends it down. Detlef was 17. Dan Issel seen enough. He wants a timeout. 69-42. The Sonics by 27 biggins. 8:14 left in the third. We'll be back to the barn in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. All right. 27-point lead for the Sonics, their largest lead of the ball game, racing away from Denver here with 8:14 left in the third period of play. The most number of free throws made in a game by a Sonic in playoff history. Is that right, Scotty? Detlef Schrempf with 11. And Detlef joins well, he's been the man. I'm looking here at the Sonics 25 free throws. He has 12 of those attempts. He's hit 11 out of 12.
Detlef with a big size advantage to post up against the small forwards for the Nuggets, and the Sonics have done a great job of using him.
27-point Sonic lead, 8:06 to go, third quarter. Williams, hook pass to Ellis, head of the key. LaPhonso Ellis out of East St. Louis, Illinois, went to Notre Dame, played for John McLeod. Leads to Reggie Williams, in low to Mutombo, double team. He's hacked and fouled. Mutombo rolls to the floor and then quickly pops up and comes at Michael Cage. Kemp quickly steps in front of Mutombo and fends him off. Reggie Williams comes out to quiet down the big man. And it will be Mutombo going to the line for 2 shots, and the foul on Michael Cage is third. Watch it, Wally.
He is really active inside, asking for the basketball. Michael Cage reaching inside and doesn't really foul him that hard. Mutombo loses his balance, and this is where playoff inexperience comes in. He's just not used to the physical play. That's just part of the deal in the playoffs, big fella. You can see Michael Cage's expression like, what are you, crazy? That's nothing.
Mutombo hits the free throw. The Sonics have outscored Denver 20-4 at the free throw line. 69-43, 7:57 left in the third quarter. Dikembe Mutombo graduated from Georgetown in '91, now his third year. Free throw up and in for Mutombo, who hit the Sonics with a triple-double the last meeting of the year between the two teams. 69-44, 7:52 to go, third quarter. Sonics break the Denver pressure easily. Gill with it, quarter court left. Sends it outside, Cage trailing, hands off to Gary Payton. Payton cross court to Cage, out on the right side, bringing Mutombo from beneath his lair. In low, it goes to Detlef, doubled out to Shawn, 17-footer, didn't have a chance. Cage slaps the ball outside, and Gary has it as Seattle reloads. Gary shovels it over to Gill for a 3, missed it. Kemp slides over for the rebound, steps right back up, tried to pack it on Mutombo, lost it as he went rim high. The carom comes to Schrempf, pass to the point to Cage, grabbed by Michael. Stith lunges in to try to grab the ball and took a shot on one of those rock-hard shoulders that Cage possesses. Stith got it right in the belly.
Already suffering from a sprained ankle is Bryant Stith. Questionable for the game. He said he wasn't going to miss it, but boy, he takes a hard shot from Michael Cage, and when you hit that spot in Michael's body, something on your body's going to move, because that's not.
That is cast iron all the way from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, baby. 69-44 the count, 7:11 to go, third quarter. Raul spins out of the corner, his jump shot air ball grabbed by Gill. Kendall Gill negotiates his way across midcourt with a left-hand dribble. Over to Payton high on the right, dashes in, slants, double team, over to Kemp, 15-footer, yes! Swing man with a J. 12 for Kemp.
That was set up by a great cut by Kendall Gill after he passed it to the wing, and he went through, but Mutombo had to come over to help out. That opened up Shawn on the weak side.
27 points, Sonic lead, 6:45 to go, third quarter. Ellis stands quarter court left, closely guarded by Kemp, shadows him. They feed outside, Reggie Williams with it, covered by Detlef. Detlef jumps out. Williams spins, double team, nearly lost it, feeds to Stith, into the lane, plants his feet, air ball. Grabbed by Mutombo, but too late. Shot clock violation. Seattle basketball, 6:28 left in the third. Leading by 27. The Sonics forced the 13th turnover of the evening on Denver.
Just superb defense.
Well, we started this game at about 10-8 this evening. Now 9:20, and it's 6:29 left here in the third. The Sonics lead by 27 points. Didn't take them long to get the huge lead, did it? Payton, quarter court left, cross court to Gill, out beyond the three-point ring, covered by Stith. Tosses near wing, back to Payton, in low to Detlef, turns, double teamed in the lane, out to Cage. Now Kemp has it. Right sideline, backs in, double team. The open man is Detlef. Drives the baseline, hammered by Mutombo. Late whistle on the foul on the big man. Third foul on Mutombo. Here comes Detlef Schrempf to the line again. Third foul on Dikembe. He's upset. Demonstrably upset. He is motioning to Greg Willard Manley there, trying to get that third foul erased.
And shouldn't be arguing about this one. Clearly gets Detlef. And one of the 9 languages that he speaks in English, he told Ed Rush, I never touched him. That's a fib in one of those 9 languages.
In any language. 18 points for Detlef, make it 19 as he snugs in both free throws. Detlef is at 13 of 14 tonight, and the record continues to grow. 73-44, that record is the most free throws hit in the ballgame by a Sonic. Now we've got Mutombo and Williams tying up. Reggie is upset. He has just picked up a foul, his 5th. Reggie started at the official Hugh Hollins, and then Mutombo quickly grabs Reggie Williams.
Surprising, Reggie Williams back in there after picking up his 4th foul. Dan Issel didn't like what he saw of Rodney Rogers in a few minutes. You see Reggie just pushing off, and then Hugh Hollins in good position. Reggie's having a tough night.
And Detlef comes over, and he and Williams exchange crosswords. And quickly Michael Cage comes over to move Detlef Schrempf away from the action. Shawn Kemp stands out there with Mutombo. Darnell Mee now will come in. He is a rookie from Western Kentucky. Dan Issel, for obvious reasons, has conceded this thing. 29-point Sonic lead, 5:50 left, third quarter. And Issel will rotate some of his young players in. Tommy Hammonds is in now with Darnell Mee. And Kevin Brooks was up off the bench a moment ago, seldom used bench player. Here's Schrempf. Oh, it's Gary. Down the baseline he comes, lays it up and in.
Sonics moving extremely well without the basketball. Gary Payton, one of the best guards in the league, and moving without the ball. And Detlef lays a perfect dish on him.
A give and go, 31-point Sonic lead. Mee hesitates into the lane, drives to the glass, spots a seam, and lays it in. Nice play. Seattle leading here 76-46 outside. Payton the jumper, missed it. Schrempf overleaps the rebound, but it curves to the corner, grabbed by Cage, cross court to Detlef, slants to the hole, up he comes, sidelines the hook up and in. Schrempf with 41 points to make that 21 points. And we're here in the third quarter with 5 minutes remaining.
21's a good night.
77-46 the count. Rauf the jumper, missed it. Kemp the rebound, fouled in backcourt. 31-point Sonic lead led by Detlef Schrempf's 21.
Dan Issel just trying to throw some combinations out there, see if someone can get something going and get a little confidence going into the game number 2.
Rauf will come out and Pack will check in. 4:53 left in the third quarter. Seattle will bring it out of backcourt with Gary Payton skipping across midcourt with a left-hand dribble. Swings it to Detlef, hacked away from behind by Rogers, grabbed by Pack. He's pushed by Schrempf, and a foul called by Hugh Hollins from cross court. Detlef thought he had gotten away with it. Of course, he had that ball hammered out of his hand by Rodney Rogers. Detlef flexing the right thumb that's already bandaged. He's trying to shake out some of the sting that Rogers applied to the hand. 77-46 the score, 4:37 left in the third. Pack in low to Mutombo. Arches back, double teamed. Outside finds Rogers, head of the key, covered by Schrempf. Back to Mutombo, lost it, picked it up, turned right into Shawn Kemp, who flicks the ball away with a stiff right hand, and Denver will get it with 6 on the shot clock. They'll bring it in bounds from the baseline.
Don't need to double team Mutombo until he makes his move, and then you're just going to help out.
Rogers on the inbounds, rim high. Mutombo there to cover it and jam it home. Mutombo with 12. 77-48, 29-point Sonic lead. 4:16 left in the third. Again, Rogers picks up Schrempf out of the quarter court mark and reaches in to jab the ball out of bounds. It'll be Seattle basketball.
Rogers not a good defender, but this stage of this game, with this score, he's willing to take some gambles.
Detlef Schrempf picks down to the baseline. Gill pops out ball side. Payton hooks it to Kendall. Spins on Mee. Drives the baseline. Double team. Reverse double pump. Right-hander hangs on the rim and won't go. Tapped away in the Pack by Rogers. Grabbed him by Pack over to Rogers. Walks to the ball on the open floor. He had big plans and then shoveled his feet. 15 turnovers on Denver. 3:56 left in the third quarter. 77-48 the score.
Sonics have allowed the Nuggets absolutely no comfort or rhythm offensively.
Absolutely none. They have never allowed Denver to find any kind of consistent comfort zone. Payton drives into the lane, picked up, double teamed by Rogers and Mutombo. Flicks it outside to Cage, over to Detlef, slams it across the floor over to Payton, and he drills a 15-footer. 19 for Payton.
Gary spotted up, raised his hand to let Detlef Schrempf know he was open. Detlef found him with a nice cross-court pass.
31 points, Sonic lead, 3:26 left in the third. Out on the wing, Pack tries to find Mutombo, stumbling out from beneath the rim. He can't locate the lob pass, and out of bounds it goes. Sonic basketball. Nate McMillan will check in for the Supersonics, and Michael Cage will step out to a fine applause from the standing room only crowd here at the Coliseum. Cage with 8 rebounds, and the Sonics have outboarded the Nuggets 38-15. Kemp drives baseline right, turns the corner, in he comes, two-handed jam for Kemp. Runaway ball game. Dan Issel wants another timeout. Seattle leads it 81-48. 3:08 left in the third. You think this ball club was ready? You got it on the Sonics broadcasting network.
ball pressure. Shawn Kemp going to step out on the two-man game. Kendall Gill coming over to help out on the dribble drive. Everyone closing down any kind of lanes. Bryant Stith so surprised, he lets the air ball ride.
Ride, ride, ride. Won't you let it ride? Don't you let it ride, Wally.
Bachman Turner Overdrive, one of your favorite groups. Oh, they were talented.
Hey, they made their money and they got out when they were on top.
They had no choice. They had one album.
3:08 left in the third. 81-48 to count. Sonics lead big. That's why the Bachman Turner Overdrive exchange between Mr. Wally Walker and myself. Welcome to the Big Barn. Along with Wally Walker, I'm Kevin Calabro. Here come the Nuggets. Mutombo, Hammonds, Mee, Rogers, and Pack. Back to the ball. Cross court to Mee from beyond the three-point ring. He's from Western Kentucky. He's a long, tall drink of water, and he banks in a three. Why not? Mee with 5 for the ball game. 81-51, 2:40 left third quarter. Payton is out there with Kemp and Schrempf. Gill and McMillan. Kemp slides in, slams to the hole, up with a left-hand delivery. Mutombo comes away with a block, his fourth. Holds possession up to Pack. Pack works the ball between the wickets. The ball came up, hit him right in the bottom. Grabbed by Kemp as he sprawls to the floor, then separated from the ball by Pack. It goes inside where Hammonds and Detlef Schrempf tie up, and we have a technical foul assessed to Tommy Hammonds. A personal foul on Kendall Gill, I believe. It's an elbow foul on Tommy Hammonds.
Well, again, hard fouls by the Sonics. These aren't flagrant fouls, folks. They're just hard playoff fouls. Inexperienced by the Nuggets in the playoffs understand this is not personal. It's just how you play playoff basketball. And Hammonds responds by a flagrant elbow.
Schrempf just trying to hang on and prevent Hammonds from falling. Look at Detlef, that left eye swollen. He, of course, has the bruise under the eye and received in a game late in the season in the final week. Gill hits the free throw on the technical foul shot. Kendall has 8 points. Well, Detlef literally has his game face on. He looks like Jerry Quarry.
Personal fouls on the 11.
Fortunately, not a bleeder like Corey was.
That's right. Mr. Zipperhead. Here comes Hammonds to the line. He'll get 2 on the foul to Detlef Schrempf. Hammonds free throw up and in. 82-52. Sonics by 30. 2:21 left in the third. Tommy Hammonds played for Bobby Crimmins at Georgia Tech. First round draft choice. I believe he was the 8th pick by the Washington Bullets.
Number 9, I think.
And a bust. And no shot as we had somebody sneaking into the lane. Was it Mutombo? No, it was one of the Sonics that got in early. Gary Payton was in there. So Hammonds will reload.
They should have given him the shot.
Now wind up and flip and hit.
It's a lot of flail on Mutombo that time. They're frustrated, this Denver Nugget club. They're going to try to get some respect. I just hope they do it in a way, the right way, instead of flailing around and hurting somebody.
29-point lead, 2:11 to go, third quarter. That Mutombo's all elbows anyway. Long, gangly, 7-2. Here's Kemp outside, takes Mutombo from the rack, drop step, jumper out of the corner, won't go. Rebound, grab by Pack. Robert Pack will shuffle across midcourt with the right-hand dribble. Finds Rogers open from three-point land. He'll let it go. He got it. Rodney Rogers, all I mentioned at the top of the show, hit 3 threes in a 9-second period earlier this year. He has 35 for the year, and he drains that one.
He's got a nice stroke. Very easy release.
26-point Sonic lead with 1:37 left in the third. Seattle's led by as many as 33 here in the quarter. Payton comes off the Schrempf pick, hesitates, drives into the lane. Man, he's hammered. He follows through. Basket will not count. Somehow he snuck up that ball, pumped it up with the right hand, and hung it in there from the baseline on the way to the rack.
Gary with a quick first step and then a lot of strength. He takes a hard body shot and still follows through that play. You can see Hugh Hollins right there says, it was on the floor, that foul before he shot the basketball.
Tommy Hammonds got it for his first foul. Payton steps to the line and sinks the free throw. Gary has 20 points. And the Sonics have hit 24 of 29 free throws. Ricky Pierce will step in for Kendall Gill.
Sonics continue their board dominance. Out-rebound the Nuggets by 21.
They've held the Nuggets to 17 rebounds. Denver averaged 46 this year. Detlef Schrempf comes out fine. And hearty applause from the crowd. Payton's free throw won't go. Perkins is on the deck now for the Sonics with Big Paper Daddy, Ricky Pierce, Nate McMillan, the glove, Gary Payton, and the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp. Here's Pack right side, the Pac-Man covered by Gary. Tried to flip it inside, deflected by Gary. Races to the sideline and takes a little step up the alley here, up the aisle, about 10 rows deep with a basketball. He was unable to save it in bounds. It'll be Denver ball. 11 on the shot clock for Rogers. 27-point lead for the Sonics. A minute 17 to go in the third. Rogers, quarter court right, in low to Mutombo. Backs down, drop step, swings up the high hook. No, rebound Perkins. Sam has some rebounds now, 6 for the ball game. Out to McMillan across midcourt, double team, baseball pass cross court to Ricky. Normally sure hand, lost the handle on it. Picks it up. Has possession, comes off the Perkins pick, hesitation dribble into the lane, swings up the running right-hander over Rogers. No, Mutombo with a rebound. Outlets to Pack across midcourt, darting with a crossover right to left-hand dribble over to Mee, up fakes from 3, draws McMillan off his feet. Mee stumbles, gives off the Pack. In low, Rogers up, Megan Hammonds with a hook, won't go.
Mee is hurt.
Has the rebound. Mee, I think, hurt a knee. And Pack double team, gives it away. Double teamed, he threw it out of bounds. It'll be Sonic ball. 17 Denver turnovers. Mee wants to play though. He's trying to walk that little Charlie horse in the appears to be right thigh off as he picks up Payton in the corner. Down low to Kemp, arcs his back, drives into the lane. Off balance leaner, won't go over Mutombo. He's fouled and he'll go to the line.
It's a strong move inside, just one-on-one with Mutombo. Shawn plants that left foot. He takes the body shot from Mutombo. Mutombo complaining that Shawn threw the left arm. I don't think so. I think Shawn just made a good, strong move and the hook shot attempt.
The foul on Mutombo is his 4th. It sends Shawn Kemp to the line with Seattle leading 83-56. 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Kemp eyes it, flies it, got it. Kemp with 15 points. Kemp, one of just 5 players to come from the high school ranks to the pros in NBA basketball. Mutombo will check out. The forgettable Bill Willoughby. The unforgettable Moses Malone.
Daryl Dawkins.
16 for Kemp. 85-56, 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Pack cross court to Mee, over to Bryant Williams, drives the baseline, double pumps, drew the defenders to him. He was fouled out on the floor. The Sonics are over the limit, and Bryant Williams will go to the line. Bryant Williams, he's an Al Jarreau lookalike.
Bryant Williams to the free
You can bet he doesn't sing like Al Jarreau, though. He's a left-hander from Arizona. The foul on Kemp is his 3rd.
Bryant Williams has enormous skills. 6'11", he can shoot the basketball, run, pass it. It just is inconsistent. If he ever is able to put together all those skills at one time over the course of the season, he'll be an outstanding player at this level.
He had spells of inexplicable blackouts last year playing with Orlando and was diagnosed as being clinically depressed. And are happy to report he's gotten his game together in Denver. He's going to be a nice player. All right, here's Pierce. Shovels it outside. Kemp, 17-footer, missed it short. Rebound grabbed by Perkins. 2 seconds, one. He'll fire it up out of the corner, and it comes up short, and that ends the third quarter. The score, the Sonics 85 and the Nuggets 58. The Sonics lead big at the barn, up by 27 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome the Sonics Dance Team, sponsored by Reebok. Sonics Dance Team with music provided by Tower Records across from the Seattle Center at 5th and Mercer.
We now work our way to the fourth quarter here at the Coliseum in Seattle with the Sonics leading 85-58, a 27-point lead at the three-quarter mark here of this ball game. First round action between the Sonics and the Denver Nuggets. Dikembe Mutombo, when last we looked, had 5 blocks total for the ball game. They'll make it 4. Sonics shooting on a 29 of 62 clip, 47% for the ball game. 85-58 the count. The crowd chanting. Williams in low from Mee with a left-handed jam. Bryant Williams with 8 points. Crowd chanting, "We want Chef." A half minute gone in the fourth quarter of play. 85-60 the count. 25-point Sonic lead. Outside Perkins a 3, pumps it up over Williams, won't go. Kemp after the rebound. In the corner, weak side left, saves it beautifully, hooks it to midcourt to McMillan. Nate checked by the Pac-Man, Robert Pack. Winds up, floats one in on the block with it. Perkins, big smooth, backs in, double teamed out to Vinny Askew. The fiddler, over to Pierce. He'll flick and miss. Rebound, tapped up in the air and out of bounds. Greg Willard, the baseline official, didn't see it. Eddie Rush from midcourt makes the call, and it's Sonics leather with a fresh 24 on the shot clock. Nate will bring it in from the baseline, right to Vinny beneath the lid, double pumps in the air. It hangs on the rim and falls. He's fouled, and Vinny Askew will go to the line.
What a great pass. The out of bounds by Nate McMillan. Vinny moving well without the basketball.
First team foul of the quarter against Denver to the free throw line is
the Sonics have hit 26 of 32 from the line tonight. Denver, 9 of 12.
And they keep going inside. Even with Mutombo, they keep playing their game, taking the shots they want to take.
Vinny has a three-point play as he snugs in the free throw. 88-60, Sonics by 28. 11:02 left, third quarter. Mee, right side, skips it low. Rogers backs in, double team. The ball stripped away by Pierce. Ricky called with a reach in. The foul on Pierce is his first.
First team foul of the quarter against Seattle.
One of our weekend producers at our flagship station, KJR, suggested I call Pierce and Askew Deuce and Damage. I like that. Here's Mee, a 3. He'll flick it up on the inbounds. Missed it. Rebound grabbed by Perkins. He's nearly upended. Did fall to the floor. Had a handle on the ball. And then came down and spiked it off the deck, and it rolled out of bounds. 8 rebounds for Perkins.
He hit that banker second ago. He thought, why not? Let me cast another one. You can see Sam takes a hard shot on that defensive board.
28-point Sonic lead, 10:42 to go in the ball game. Deuce and Damage, I like that. Here comes Damage. Askew coming out as Pack. Cross court is Mee, drives into the lane, skips it over to Bryant Williams. Swivels, cross-court pass, Pack, opens up with a J, no. Rebound, well, they all overleap it. Kemp deflects it, Askew's got it, breaks out of backcourt, hesitates, drives in, over to Ricky, up fakes, Deuce, double teamed. They flick it outside of McMillan, cross-court to Perkins. Up fakes, drives in, splits to the roundhouse hook on the way, no. Rebound, grabbed by Darnell Mee. He's upended by Kemp, the ball floats out of bounds, and it will be Sonic basketball. I'll tell you what, Denver's seeing a different brand of officiating come playoff time. 18 turnovers on Denver.
Shawn Kemp got a break here because he did stick the leg out, really didn't have position. Hugh Hollins didn't see it.
That was a hip check and a beauty. 18 turnovers, 29 Sonic points off Denver turnovers. Now Pierce starts to penetrate left sideline. Got into the lane. And it jabbed away off his body and out of bounds. It will be Denver ball, and now Kemp will come out, and Steve Scheffler will check in for the Sonics. The Chef is in at the 9:58 mark of the fourth quarter with the Sonics leading by 28. 88-60. Kemp, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Brian Williams challenged by Steve Scheffler, drives in, double team, leans by him and lays it in with the left hand. Nice play. Williams with 10.
Nice pivot. Long arms of Brian Williams gets it up there. I can't get over that mental image out of Chef in Portland, looking like that pulling guard, looking for somebody to hit.
26-point lead. That's right. He just roamed around outside while Gill set up and went for the jumper. In low, Perkins with the basketball. Walks. Williams in, turns, floats away from the rim, is fouled. Rogers picks up the personal foul, and the timeout's called on the floor with 9:22 left in the ball game. The Sonics lead the Nuggets 88-62. We'll return in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. .22 left. 88-62 the score. The Sonics leading the Nuggets. 26-point spread for the Soups.
In every NBA game, the team that's way down makes some kind of run, but not so far in this one. Nuggets have not been able to string together any kind of offensive attack.
Well, we've been calling them Starsky and Hutch all year. Askew and Pierce, Deuce and Damage, the Fiddler and Big Paper Daddy. Call them what you want. They have been poison off the bench.
Sam Perkins, just with 2 points in this ball game, but has done all the dirty work inside his minutes in this game.
Perk with 8 boards to the line, hits the free throw.
This is number 34, Reggie Williams.
Reggie Williams in the lineup now for Denver. 9:22 left in the ball game. Reggie, after a lengthy cooling off period, back in with 5 fouls. 27-point lead. Perkins' free throw skips off. Scheffler in for the rebound. Comes over Brian Williams, and a foul called on the Chef.
That was on number 55 of Seattle.
One of the few guys left in the NBA that will raise his hand after he's tagged with a personal foul. 27-point Sonic lead. 9:16 left in the ball game. In low, Scheffler grinds away at Brian Williams. Fronts him on the post. They send it low to Williams. Double team sandwiched and foul. No. Offensive foul. 3 in the lane. Williams was camping on the post.
Brian Williams lays the brow on Hugh Hollins. Hugh does not appreciate that.
19 turnovers assessed to Denver. And Seattle scored 29 points off those turnovers. Soups bringing it bounds, leading 89-62, 9:04 left in the fourth period. McMillan curls off a Scheffler screen. Chef outside, back picks on Reggie Williams, freeing Askew out, top of the key, but Perkins has it low. He swerves by Williams, tried to hammer in the hook, is fouled, and Perkins will get 2, fouled by Williams.
The Nuggets, when Mutombo isn't in there, do not handle the post up very well. Sam Perkins is rolling inside, no one coming over double team. Brian Williams not really moving his feet. But when Mutombo's in there, he's helping out on all those kind of plays.
Now Scheffler was looking for somebody to hit that time. Well, I'm watching him more than I'm watching the ball. Perkins hits the free throw. I want to see him hit somebody.
He's got that Jerry Kramer pulling guard, just moving out in front of the pack. It's like the sweep.
The fewest points allowed in a playoff game to a Sonic opponent all time, 77 against Detroit at 75. I think Vital was still coaching then. That's how old that record is. And Perkins hits the free throw. 5 for Sam. The Sonics have held the Nuggets to 62 points, 91-62, 8:45 to go in the ball game.
Vital was still coaching in college. That's how old that record is.
Here's Mee outside. He was at Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Mee beyond the three-point ring, double team. Cross court, it goes to Reggie for a three. Bang! Reggie Williams, nothing but that. He's hit 3 3-pointers and 11 points. 91-65 to score, 8:26 to go in the ball game. McMillan over to Perkins, fakes the three, steps by Williams, drives into the lane, double pumps in the air and flicks in a lovely left-handed runner from 5 feet out. Big smooth. 7 points for Sam I Am.
You can see Sam rewarded for all his dirty work defensively and inside to be able to get some points on the board as well.
28-point Sonic lead, 8:06 to go in the ball game. Williams with it, quarter court right, covered by Perkins. Williams slaps out at Perkins, handling it with the left hand, fitting him off to the right. Skips it inside. Hammonds drop step, stripped away by McMillan. Saves it inbounds to Perkins. Cross court slant past Pierce. Spins across midcourt, covered by Pack. Gets a screen from Askew. Ooh, works his way head of the key. Scheffler out there to set a pick. Ricky steps between double team defenders, drives inside, nearly hammered to the floor. But the only man going down was Reggie Williams, who actually was the guy that took a pretty good slap at Ricky Pierce there.
Ricky is one of those players who will beat you up offensively when he hits the basketball. Just so strong. Look at Sheff holding position against Pack. But Ricky, when you go in there and challenge him, he's going to make you pay with that kind of contact.
Reggie Williams, 6th foul, he's gone. And to the line comes Ricky Pierce. Williams picked up 11 points on 3 3-pointers. Ricky's free throw up and in. Pierce with 12. 7:41 left in the ball game. 94-65. The Sonics have led by as many as 33. That was back in the third quarter. They led at the end of 3, 85-58. Pierce snugs in the second free throw. 13 for Pierce. He ranked number 3 in percentage at season's end at 89%. Rauf is on the Denver bench where he has been for some time. They're going to save him for game 2. 7:33 left in the ball game. Game 2 Saturday here at the Big Barn. 7:30 tip. Pack skips it to Rogers. Double team. McMillan swings up the foot trying to kick that ball away. Nearly hit Rogers in the head. Pack drives into the lane over to Hammonds and he hits a fall-away banker. Right side just as time had expired on the shot clock. 7:11 to go in the game. Seattle leading 95-67. Perkins cross court from McMillan, drives into the lane. He's held and double teamed as he tried to slant to the rack. Hammonds and Brian Williams nearly clothesline the veteran from North Carolina.
Twice now Sam has shown the ghost to Brian Williams and gone left into the middle. And of course, if you run out at Sam, you have to run out on that left side. That's what Dan Issel was telling Brian Williams. Please make him go right.
7:07 left in the game. 95-67 the score. Sonics leading by 28 points. Sam Perkins goes to the line. Is Tom Robbins in the house tonight, Wally?
He is here. Don't know where, but he told me he's coming. Still working on his book.
You can just feel the aura, the presence of Tom Robbins, can't you?
He's a cult figure, Tom is.
Kind of a karma thing. Perkins hits the free throw.
Of course, his movie, well, the movie on his book, Even Cowgirls Got the Blues, debuted this past week.
Yep, and we missed it. We had an invitation to see it. We both missed it. Had previous engagements. It killed me not to be able to go see that movie.
Now we'll have to go buy tickets.
Perkins, that's right. That was the worst part of it. Perkins hits 7 of 9 here in the quarter. 9 points total. 6:54 to go. Hammond, 15-footer, flicks it up. No. Tip followed by Ellis. Rim high, jams it down. He brought that all the way from East St. Louis. 97-69 the score. Seattle up by 28. McMillan outside, feeds over to Askew. Jab steps tentatively in the key. Now flings an 18-footer up that rattles off Ellis the rebound. Out to Robert Pack. Pack turns up the floor across midcourt. Pack comes off the Williams screen. Picked up on a jump switch by the Sheff. Sheff out there dancing along. Pack relinquishes the dribble, feeds to Mee. Back to Pack, head of the floor, over to Ellis. Now it comes to Hammonds. Baseline right, 7 on the shot clock. Ellis, long J, got him. LaPhonso with 12. 6:11 to go. 97-71. Seattle leading big. Here comes Ricky. Drives into the lane. Finger rolls it up over a double team. Missed it. Williams the rebound. The outlet pass to Mee. Intercepted by Scheffler. He'll give it up to Perkins. Perkins sends it cross court. Right wing with it Ricky. Working on Williams. Skips it low to Vinny. Vinny back to the basket. Hops into the lane. Fall away. Jay got it. He's fouled. He will go to the line. Vinny with some hoop. A little harm. And he has a chance at a three-point play. Timeout called on the floor. 5:51 left in the game. The Sonics lead the Denver Nuggets in game 1 of the first round playoff series. The score stands, Seattle 99, Denver 71, 5:51 to go in the ball game, and the Sonics have a 28-point lead. Earlier tonight, Miami beats Atlanta in Atlanta. And the Pacers stop Orlando 89-88 in Disneyland.
Larry Brown's done a superb job. Those guys started out, what, 0-6, 1-6? Larry Brown hasn't played the great defense.
Here's Vinny Askew to the line, a chance at a three-point play for the Skew, and he hits the free throw, 7 for Vinny. We've run out of nicknames for that guy. 35 of 42 are the Sonics from the line. They lead at 100-71. 5:45 to go in the ballgame. Hammonds comes off the Brian Williams pick. Floats it inside. Ellis is double teamed over to Brian Williams. Baseline right, out to Darnell Mee. 8 on the shot clock for Mee. That rhymes with Smee. My favorite character in Peter Pan. Ellis is fouled.
We skipped the big material and right to see.
Here's the replay, Wally.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it because he might go off on some other tangent.
20-second timeout called by Denver.
29-point Sonic lead and a 20-second timeout called on the floor. 5:31 to go in the ballgame. There's something about Smee that you gotta like. Here he's working for a guy, Dr. Hook. You know he's not making any kind of. You know he's making minimum wage. He gets abused every day. Which reminds me, are you looking for that unique Father's Day or Mother's Day gift? How about making dad or mom the star of the Seattle Supersonics? We're going to recreate for you a 5-minute radio broadcast on audio cassette featuring your favorite Sonic fan making all the big plays and leading the Sonic Championship, just like we do here. And we'll add in some of those snappy ad-libs. Simply call 1-800-HEAR-NBA, H-E-A-R, 1-800-HEAR-NBA for your personalized fantasy play-by-play tape. 5:26 left in the game, 100-71. Here's Hammonds, corner-court right, covered by Perkins. Look at Ellis, rumble inside for position, but Vinny at 2:45 roots him right out of there like a twig. Pack takes it left side on the dribble drive, powers to the rack. Perkins meets him at the summit, ball deflected, grabbed by Williams, and that left-hander will rack it up and jam it down, and drew the foul. He goes to the line.
Brian Williams has 2 right-handed jams tonight. Usually a very definite left-hand player. Right there going strong even after taking the shot from Big Sam.
Irvin Johnson steps in for the Sonics. Steve Scheffler will get a trip to the bench. Williams flips the free throw up and in. Brian Williams on a 3-point play has 13 points. Well, I suppose we're going to see much more Williams in game 2 for the Denver Nuggets. He's one of the few Nuggets that's shown some ferocity around the basket. Seattle basketball, they have been badly out-rebounded, 43-26 the Nuggets have. Askew jumper off the mark. Johnson comes down with a rebound. Ellis ties him up, and there's a jump ball.
I think that's the thing that Dan Issel is going to like least about his club's effort tonight is that rebounding. He knows the Sonics are going to be able to pressure him, and they're not a great ball handling club, but he has to figure they can stay close or win the rebounding battle.
100-74 the score. Here's the tip. Johnson wins it, but deflects it toward the sideline where it's grabbed by Darnell Mee. 4:46 left in the ball game. 100-74 the score. 26-point Sonic lead. Packed with it, covered by McMillan. Chest pass, Tommy Hammonds down low on the post up. Ellis reverse pivot, double team over to Williams. Turns and he jams another one down. But it was poked up through the cylinder by Irvin Johnson. Little playground trick. It didn't work. And Williams has hit 6 for 6 with 15 points. 9 here in the quarter.
Now he goes back to his strength, that left-hander.
Sonics up by 24, 100-76. 4:24 left in the game. McMillan rushes off from Perkins' screen, stops head of the key, feeds over to the stumbling Pierce. Regains balance, sways low to the floor, takes it to the baseline. Nice pass, in low to Johnson. Swings it over to Perkins in the wing, drives down deep, double teamed out to Nate, and 3 in the lane, whistled on the Sonics.
Irvin was in at least 8 seconds. I was counting them down. He made the pass and made no effort to get out of there. Just kind of put down to the post for the Cup's end.
Ricky Pierce will come out of the ball game. Pierce, 5 of 9 shooting from the field and 13 points. He's replaced by Chris King, the rookie out of Wake Forest. 100-76, 24-point lead, 3:56 to go in the ball game. The Sonics lead big. Mee tosses cross court to Pack for 3. Winds up, delivers, in and out. Rebound grabbed by Perkins. The outlet pass to McMillan. Sam Perkins has 9 rebounds tonight. And as Wally mentioned, has done the dirty work in the trenches. Now flings a pass low to Vinny. He's tangled up by Hammonds as they go airborne, and a foul on Tommy Hammonds sends Vinny Askew to the line for deuce. Steve Scheffler will come back in for Seattle.
Great high-low play. Vinny Askew once again used that big body to good advantage down low. Lovely jump down from the high post.
Sam Perkins comes out to a fine applause. 9 points, 9 rebounds for Big Smooth. Askew to the line. The free throw up just clangs off.
The stats just don't tell a story for the contribution that man made to the Sonics tonight. A great defensive play from the center position early. Really helped get them going.
And you look at that center spot, Wally, they garner 17 rebounds between the Cage-Perkins matchup and come up with 11 points. That's not bad. It offsets Mutombo's numbers tonight.
Michael Cage did an excellent job, too. He went right to the offensive board when Mutombo went to help out. That's where you make Mutombo pay for the double team.
Mutombo had 12 points and 9 rebounds. He is safely on the bench right now. 3 ball by Denver off the mark. Scheffler the rebound. 100-76 the count. 3:24 to go in the 4th quarter of play. Here is Johnson with it. Here is Askew holding it like a honeydew out there high on the right side. He's working off the Johnson pick to the baseline. Pull up, flip off balance. Got it. Vinny Askew with 9 points. That was a tough shot.
Very tough. Again, using his body to create a little space against a smaller player.
26-point lead, 2:57 to go in the ball game. Mee winds up out of the corner with a jumper that won't go. Irvin Johnson after the rebound deflects it away from his own teammate Nate McMillan. And a timeout called on the floor by the Nuggets. 2:53 left in the game. 102-70.
The pass off the one hand off the dribble, kind of like Magic. I mean, no one did as well as Magic, but JJ had that command of the basketball when he had it off the dribble.
Seattle by 26, driving down the left side. Robert Pack pushed and shoved, and a foul called. We did a program on Prime Sports Northwest that will be airing. It aired last night. It'll be airing for the next couple of days, with a retrospective look on the Sonics season, and then a look back at that 78-79 ball club with John Johnson and Jack Sickler, our studio hosts, and an excerpt from an interview we have with Wally Walker earlier. Spurs win tonight over Utah, 106-89 in San Antonio. Pack hits the free throw, but out east, where anything is liable to happen, did, with Miami defeating Atlanta and Orlando losing by 1 at home to Indiana. They, of course, during the regular season split 2-2, with both clubs winning at home. Pack hits the first free throw, second one off the mark. Scheffler hustles after the rebound. You wouldn't expect anything less from the Chef in his third year from Purdue. 2:36 to go in the ball game. 102-77 the score.
He's trying to get a shot for, I think, Chef coming off a double screen here. Nate's just waiting for him. There he goes.
25-point lead. McMillan to Johnson in the corner. Up fakes. Gives to Chef. Pick and roll. Drives the inline. Up fakes. Double team. Fouled as he went airborne. Chef will go to the line for 2 shots.
The play was set for Chef all the way. The play broke down, but nice pass inside by Irvin Johnson. Still gets Chef to the basket.
Scheffler 95% from the line, steps up. The Sonics tonight have hit 35 of 44 from the stripe, an outstanding 80% clip, and they have outscored the Nuggets by 24. We just put the mojo on Scheffler. He misses the free throw. Anytime you mention the free throw shooting prowess of a player, he is sure to throw a brick. 102-77 the score. Scheffler missed them both. King flips the rebound up, but Hammonds is there to grab it.
Which is what Calvin Murphy was doing to Abdul-Rauf as he was going for his free throw shooting record last week.
I love Calvin Murphy, but that was classless, let's face it. Brooks fires a three, he missed it. Rebound to McMillan. Nate out of backcourt with it. Flings it ahead, the alley-oop to King, underthrew him, off his fingertips. Mee with a rebound. Mee dribbles up the floor over to Brooks into the lane. Here he comes, the Raging Cajun. Finger rolls it up and in. Kevin Brooks from Southwest Louisiana. A little hot sauce on that one. 102-79, a minute 52 to go in the ball game. In low, Scheffler slants in, double team, reverse pivot, step around move. He had the whole array and lays it in with the left hand. I mean, he used the whole bag of tricks and finishes it off with a left-handed flip. Now the Nuggets come back with a minute 37 left. Brooks with it, stops, double teamed out to Mee. 104-79 the score. In low, Hammonds, reverse pivot, hangs with a hook. No, rebound to McMillan. Nate up the floor, will he make the alley-oop pass? Let's see, down the right side he comes, cross court to King. Fakes, drives, dishes, Johnson steps up, powers, blocked by Mark Randall. He raises for the block. Hammonds ends up with it, ahead to Pack, over to Brooks, into the lane. He brought it in, he had it pinned with the hand on the wrist and was going to cradle it and rock it home, but is fouled and will go to the line. McMillan says no gimmies in the last minute of play.
No foul call in the attempted dunk the play before. Look at Chef put on a pivot clinic right out of summer camp before he gets the left-hand leaner to drop.
Brooks to the line, he hits the free throw.
That's where you make the kid stand there and plant that 1 foot in the floor and just pivot around, and try to get other guys to take the ball from him. Chef learned that at camp.
Yeah, and most kids are thinking of how they're going to sneak out of the cabin at night. What flimsy excuse are they going to give the camp counselors? 104-80 the count, a minute 7 to go in the ball game. King down the right side, double team, finds McMillan roaming along the baseline. He'll come outside, curl, and pop a three. Missed it. Pack with a rebound. Pack out of backcourt, don't get in his way. He's a bowling ball. Over to Brooks, spins into the lane. Off balance, whirls to the hole, missed it. Follow no. Hammonds is there on the third attempt to tap it in. 50 seconds left, 104-82. Down the right side, King with it. Drifts into the corner. Skips it out to Vinny. Askew steps in, off balance, missed a shot over Hammonds. Johnson overleaps the rebound. Brooks has the rebound. Up come the Nuggets. Trailing in the series, 1-0. Nuggets into the lane, Pack to the glass, left-handed lay-in, blew it. Rebound, Chef up to Vinny, over to King, sets up, he'll come in, try to jam it down. Randall goes into the air to deny him and fouls him. Chris King will go to the line.
Chris King trying to go for his first playoff too. You knew what he was going to try to do. Loves that one-hand Statue of Liberty stuff. Randall says, a hustling rookie in garbage time. I'm like, let you have that easy one.
I'm from Kansas. I've got that Jayhawk pride.
I guess he's not technically a rookie, is he? This is his second year?
It is, and he began his career with the Chicago Bulls. First-round draft choice late in the first round. Of course, I think they had the last pick. They were the defending world champions, as a matter of fact, so it was very late. 20 seconds left. Mee's shot up, no good. Rebound, Irvin Johnson wheels it up the floor to Vinny Askew. Vinny into the lane. Takes it to the hole. Randall fouls him. And Vinny Askew now will step to the line. King, by the way, missed the 2 free throw attempts. So all but 2 Sonics have scored. King and Johnson are scoreless. 11 seconds remaining and a 104-82 count. Sonics lead the Nuggets. Vinny Askew was talking of late picks, was a late pick by the Philadelphia 76ers and was cut in the same year he was drafted. Came out a year early from Memphis State, said it was a mistake, knew it was a mistake. Played 2 years in the CBA and was MVP 2 straight years, 90 and 91. Ironically enough, with George Karl of the Albany Patroons. Vinny hits the free throw. He was in NBA purgatory at the beginning of last year, playing for Sacramento. Traded for a second-round pick. Trader Bob got a heck of a deal there. Great value. 6 seconds remaining. Askew hitting both free throws. This game is over. It was over at half. 106-82, the final score. The Sonics claim game 1. They defeat the Denver Nuggets. 106-82, the final. We'll be back with a recap in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Supersonics is all at the bowl of quick, so I hope you can handle this 4-point pressure. I'm about to jump on these fools. 2017.
Well, the Sonics, Wally, led at 62-37 at half, and there was very little doubt in the minds of anybody in the building that Seattle would win this. Up 25, they got a 33-point lead in the third. Important thing was the first quarter, they outscored Denver 30-19. Really took hard, aggressive defense at Denver and got them completely out of any kind of comfort zone they might have found themselves in.
Tremendous pressure defense on the perimeter, then a great job of rebounding inside to go with that very difficult combination for the Nuggets to compete against.
The Sonics tonight led by the 21 points of Detlef Schrempf.